disqualified. He's out.
I'll tell you what, this is unbelievable.
Amanda, I'm sorry. You're a champion, I respect that.
We must take the most stringent action available to us. $3 million and revocation of license.
My spirit was just gone to do anything else because I couldn't do what I truly love to do.
I make a motion that we grant Mr. Tyson's petition for reinstatement, that he be allowed to box again in the state of Nevada.
This is an America Presents promotion in association with the MGM Grand, the City of Entertainment. Brought to you by Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers. This Bud's for you. Pay-per-view distributed by Showtime Event Television.
Here we go again. He's back, everybody. The youngest to ever win the World Heavyweight Championship. A two-time champion. The self-proclaimed and once widely acknowledged bad. Call this resort the City of Entertainment. It has been the host to 5 of Mike Tyson's last 6 fights. The last fight was the memorable and infamous Holyfield-Tyson rematch, which ended in a disqualification for Tyson and subsequent suspension by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Tonight, we come full circle, back in the very same arena where Tyson's life unraveled for a second time in June 28th of 1998. Good evening again, everyone. I'm Jim Hill, your host for tonight's event. Yes, there was something very special about Mike Tyson, his intimidating manner, his ferocious style, his air of invincibility. We're here tonight to see if he can rekindle the white-hot flame that forged him into a champion, or if his life, his actions, his once terrible arrogance has reduced the former champion into an ordinary fighter. For more on Tyson's return and tonight's main event, let's go to Steve Albert at ringside. Steve.
All right, thank you, Jim. There is no question Mike Tyson has become synonymous with controversy and drama. It has followed him throughout his career, from the day a 13-year-old kid with a gold tooth, no socks, and black trunks first stepped into the ring until today. His successes and failures, marriages and breakups, they're all out there on display, excruciatingly examined by the media. Of course, the most publicized and scrutinized event outside the ring was his rape conviction in 1992, which resulted in 3 years of prison. Inside the ropes, the bizarre ear-butting incident from his second fight with Evander Holyfield, which led to his boxing license revocation, a $3 million fine, public hearing and apologies, and a mandated psychiatric examination, the results humiliatingly made widely available to anyone who cared to read them. So tonight, about 19 months since that unforgettable night in this very arena, some of you may be asking, will Tyson snap again? Being away from the sport, Tyson told me he felt totally useless. He said, my spirit was gone. I couldn't do what I truly loved to do. During the enforced hiatus, he told me he got a lot of perspective. Now, based on those thoughts, I can only surmise that the last thing Tyson wants to do is put himself in that position again. With that, let me bring on my ringside partners. First, the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. And Ferdy, is Tyson capable of coming back and becoming a champion again?
I think that's in 2 parts. One part is as a boxer, absolutely. He's as good as anybody there is fighting today. Is the ring rust on him because of this 1 year out and then 3 years before that? We'll see that tonight. If you see him bobbing and weaving and coming on, he's back. If you see him standing straight up and coming in, he's got ring rust on him. That's that part. More important than that is his personal life. He seems to be on a roller coaster. He has no foundation. He has no guideline to follow. If he can get himself settled in life and understand what it is that this life's all about, then I think he will be back and he will be the champion of the heavyweight division again.
All right, let's turn to our other partner here, Bobby Ches. And Bobby, what are the differences between the return of Tyson tonight against Francois Botha as compared to his return against Peter McNeely?
Well, for starters, the first time he came back was after several years away from the ring. This time only 19 months. Secondly, it was against a lowly regarded Peter McNeely, Now a highly regarded former world champion, Francois Botha, also still highly ranked. And thirdly, and maybe most importantly, Steve, Mike Tyson is at a crossroads. He needs to redeem himself now. A loss or a disqualification could completely ruin and destroy his career. Even a bad performance could cripple it. The stakes are very high for the former champion.
Well, Tyson told me he plans to start fast, make quick work of Francois Botha. We'll see later tonight. From an immediate standpoint, what effect will the long layoff have on Tyson tonight? And is he in a no-win situation? The feeling that no matter how well he does, he'll still have his critics. Well, earlier tonight, the arrival of Mike Tyson looks to be in excellent shape physically. Some are questioning his mental state in light of recent flare-ups with the media. Just when we thought he was mellowing, he erupts into these profanity-laced tirades. Seemed okay a few weeks ago when I talked with him. Perhaps it's the pressures of the fight building up, the same questions over and over, or he just doesn't care what people think. Still, no excuse for his behavior. And 7-1 underdog Francois Botha from South Africa, living in Newport Beach, California, upon his arrival here. Earlier, the affable Botha talks a good game, says he won't lay down or be intimidated. While I'm not sure he's the next McNeely or Bruce Seldon, I do feel he is tailor-made for Tyson, even if he did go into the 12th with Michael Moore. He's relatively slow, punches wide, keeps his hands down. Give him points for bravery and willingness. But how could he pass up this opportunity with a $1.8 million payday? I asked him what will happen if Tyson snaps. He said, if he bites me, I'll bite him back. Francois always had a way of capturing the moment. So it's Tyson versus Botha, our main event upcoming later. For more on tonight's featured attraction, let's go to our roving reporter, Jim Gray. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Mike Tyson just walked into the building with his entourage. We will start with Panama Lewis. Panama is the trainer of Franz Botha. He is not permitted to be in the corner tonight because he is banned from boxing by the New York State Athletic Commission. Nevada recognizes that for altering the gloves, for which he was convicted of back in the Resto Collins fight back in 1984. Panama, you will not be seated in the corner tonight. How far away will you be from Franz Botha, and can you be of any help at that distance?
First of all, I want to thank God for having me here today, and I want to thank the commission from Vegas for making this fight happen. Probably it would be like 5 to 4 rows from the ring.
Panama, have you instructed Franz in any way to try and get underneath the skin of Mike Tyson, to maybe throw an elbow, a low blow, something that might cause him to snap?
No. My fighter is ready. Mike ain't no Superman, you know. He feels it too, and my fighter is ready. You can see a clean fight from Francois Botha.
Can he be intimidated like a lot of opponents of Mike Tyson have been?
No. This man is from Africa. He's the real African American. He born in Africa, and he been seeing black people all his life.
What about actually when he comes out? Mike Tyson has been such a raging bull in his character coming out. Can Botha withstand what happens here in the first couple minutes of the first round and the second round?
There's always a way to calm a bull down.
And what will that way be?
You'll see that jab in his face and that right hand and that uppercut, and find the angles.
So you'll be about 5 rows behind Botha tonight?
Oh, yes.
And can he recognize your voice, or is it just going to be lost in the sea of all this loud?
You know, I have a big mouth, and
many have said that. All right, Panama, good luck tonight.
One love, America.
Okay. Let's send it over now to Bill Boggs.
Well, Jim, I thank you very much, and hello to you. Traditionally, the days leading up to any Mike Tyson fight have a big buzz, and this Mike Tyson's most recent comeback is no exception. So here are some of the sights, the sounds, and the opinion of Tyson Botha Fight Week, all condensed into 1 minute.
Tyson by brutal knockout.
Go Botha!
Kill this mother. Off this chip.
Tyson in 3.
Mike's still gonna knock him out.
TKO.
I can't wait for Saturday. The white buffalo's extinct.
Go Botha!
Tyson at the 6.
Mike Tyson continues to fascinate.
Tyson. He's back.
Allahu Akbar!
233 pounds, 223 pounds.
Well, at this point, Tyson's legacy is, in fact, a legacy in limbo. So all the people we heard from and all of you watching right now may have a radically different opinion tomorrow morning, including you, Jim Hill.
All right, Bill, thank you very much. We'd like to welcome to our broadcast team one of boxing's premier trainers in Emmanuel Stewart, taking a moment off from training Lennox Lewis for his upcoming bout with Evander Holyfield to unify the entire heavyweight division. And so good to have you. How's training going for the WBC champion now?
Training's doing very well. Lennox is training very hard. He's running his 5 or 6 miles every day with the knee-high wave snow. He's training up in Pennsylvania. He wanted to train where it was cold, but it's right. And we expect it's going to be a brutal fight, and it's going to be a rough fight, so he's in good shape.
All right, Emmanuel, let's talk about tonight's main event. Give us your take on the main event this evening.
Well, I think Botha is a little too slow, in my opinion, for Mike Tyson, particularly for this type of a fight where Mike is coming out trying to regain his old form, which means he's going to come out fast. Mike's going to come out punching fast and hard, and I think that Botha will probably get caught early. But if it doesn't end in the first 3 or 4 rounds, it's going to be interesting because Mike has never been that effective in fights after 7 rounds. And Botha is basically, what I understand, training and preparing himself for a long fight, hoping to wear Mike out and then have his opportunity later on in the fight.
And maybe Botha's confidence will begin to grow and grow after the 5th?
Yes, I think Botha, he has 2 qualities that is always important in order to fight Mike Tyson to be effective. He's not afraid of Mike Tyson, I don't believe, and he's got a little guts in it, and he's in pretty good shape, from what I understand.
So once again, question marks surrounding the fight of Mike Tyson. We will visit with Emmanuel a little bit more as the night progresses, but right now, let's show you viewers tonight's entire fight card. We begin our coverage this evening with a 12-round lightweight bout between former WBC champion Goyo Vargas against the undefeated Ben Taki. Next up, Robert Garcia, the undefeated IBF junior lightweight champion, defends his crown against 2-time title holder John Molina. Then comes our main event, Mike Tyson and Francois Botha in a heavyweight bout scheduled for 10 rounds. And as a bonus, following our featured fight, we'll broadcast a bout recorded earlier tonight between Zab Judah and Wilfredo Negron in a junior welterweight bout. Now, once again, we offer a way for those of you watching the telecast to score each of the live broadcast bouts on our card tonight. This will be on the internet. Now, we're happy to tell you that online scoring is available for tonight's fights. Log on to mtyson.com and go to the TiVo Personal TV online scoring webpage. Tell us who you think is winning each round. Your entries instantly update the scoring webpage, and the results will also be announced live on air during the broadcast. mtyson.com is also the place to find a special online auction of boxing memorabilia, interviews with fighters, pre-fight analysis, and merchandise like hats, t-shirts, and jackets. Of course, your voting is for entertainment purposes only and will not influence the outcome of these fights. Once again, the web address is mtyson.com, and we thank TiVo Personnel TV for their participation and cooperation. Well, fight fans, it's time to return to ringside and begin our coverage of tonight's boxing quadruple header. Once again, down to ringside, and Steve Albert. Steve.
Thanks, Jim. We settle in for our first bout of the evening, the WBC Continental America's Lightweight Championship. These fringe titles often serve as a springboard to world title shots. We'll see what effect it has down the road as former world featherweight champion Goyo Vargas squares off with unbeaten Ben Taki. Undefeated Ben Taki, no world title fights, unlike his opponent tonight, a former world champion. Did win something called the IBF Intercontinental Lightweight title back in July. One-time African lightweight champion from Accra, Ghana, the same hometown as former 3-time world champion Azuma Nelson and former welterweight title holder Ike Corte. And Freddie, this is a very aggressive fighter, not a big hitter, but he's like a mosquito, always in your face.
It reminds me of a fight several years ago. They brought a guy from Africa who they didn't know named Azuma Nelson. They put him in with a Mexican champion, Salvador Sanchez, who was supposed to kill him. And you know what? We saw the fight of the year that year. I look for a blazing good fight here. You know, when you got a guy that trains with Azuma Nelson, you know you're looking at a guy that punches from all angles, knows boxing. And when you're looking at a Mexican champion, ex-champion like Vargas, you know he's a guy with a lot of guts and can punch. So this should be a beautiful fight. This should be great.
Could be a war of attrition as we take a look at the opponent, former WBC featherweight champ Goyo Vargas, fan favorite in Mexico. He proved in his last fight that at 28 he is not washed up despite lots of wear and tear. A convincing victory over former two-time world champ Tracy Harris Patterson, and he really messed up Patterson's face. Vargas, one of those fearless Mexican bangers, fighting since he's 17, 45 pro fights, already had 22 before his 20th birthday, 87 amateur fights, winning 83. Bobby, experience and power could be big factors in this fight, with the advantages to this man.
Well, experience is always great, but power is a big factor, especially for the fighter who has the power. If this becomes a long, hard fight, one of those fights of attrition, power could be the factor.
All right, let's check the numbers as we go to the tail of the tape. Taki is 3 years younger than Vargas, 3-inch height advantage for Taki. Vargas at the weight limit. Originally, Taki was over at 136.5 at yesterday's weigh-in. His second try later that day, 135. He hit the limit, and a 2-inch reach advantage for Taki. The key rules: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th round, it's a no contest. If it happens after the end of round 4, they go to the scorecards. So here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas, we're getting ready for Ben Taki and Goyo Vargas. Let's get the formal introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and welcome to the City of Entertainment, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. As we have a big night of action coming away, and it's all brought to you by America Presents, Showtime Event Television, the MGM Grand, and Budweiser, the undefeated, undisputed king of beers. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the World Boxing Council President Jose Sulaiman, Supervisor Roy Van Putten, along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Ghana. Introducing to you our judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Carol Castellano. Also from Las Vegas, Jerry Roth. And from Denver, Colorado, Rex Ross Walker. And our referee in charge of this bout, we have Jay Nady. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBC Continental America's Lightweight Championship. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing red trunks with gold and green trim, joining us all the way from Accra, Ghana. He weighed in at the lightweight limit of 135 pounds. He is undefeated in his boxing career with 18 wins, no losses, and 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the African lightweight champion and currently ranked the IBF #7 contender, introducing the undefeated Ben Wonder Taki. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner in this 12-round championship bout, wearing silver trunks with orange trim, fighting out of and representing his homeland of Mexico. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 135 pounds even. His record stands at 38 wins, 6 losses, and 1 draw, with 28 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former WBC featherweight champion of the world and the current #2 WBC ranked super featherweight, introducing Gregorio Goyo Vargas. Once again, a referee in charge, Jay Nady, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled.
Fighter center. Do you have any questions? It's 12 rounds. Defend yourself at all times, obey my commands. Good luck, let's go to work. Do we have an interpreter in both corners?
Yeah, he's right here again.
Okay, go to work.
He'll cue you there, right?
Got him.
Well, this has the elements of a good competitive fight. The difference, as we mentioned, could be Vargas's power. He looks bigger and broader than Taki. We'll see if he's stronger.
And championship experience. You can't discount that championship experience, boy. That's big.
And both warrior-like, Taki, like Vargas, with no quit. Both more offensive-minded than defensive-minded, and both very prepared as we get set for round 1, scheduled for 12 for the WBC Continental America's 135-pound title.
Remember, that power's only good if he can land it. If he can't hit Taki, it's going to be worthless.
I'd like to know what that scar on his cheek is, on both cheeks actually, but one is very deep. I wonder if that's a a mark of an accent, a tribal mark, or what it is, because it's certainly deep enough.
Vargas told us the big difference in this fight will be experience, although we said power will also provide an edge for Vargas. He has KO'd his last 4 opponents. He predicted a knockout tonight. His representative told us he throws 40 to 50 punches max per round, each with intent, including, and you heard this too, Bobby, some unusual punches. What's an unusual punch?
I wasn't sure what an unusual punch was, and he didn't want to clarify it or expand on that, so we're going to find out, I guess, tonight.
Bobby, if he throws something you haven't seen before, or I haven't seen, I will make a note of that. I don't think there is.
I'll make a note of that and retire.
Right.
We've seen everything.
I mean, what haven't we seen? Unusual. Yeah.
Maybe he goes behind the back.
Right now, Taki's being very conservative, not too speedy, covering up, and I think some of the power has made a difference in the way Taki's approaching this fight. He's felt some of it on his gloves. Maybe he's worried about it.
Some of it on his body. It's because he goes up to the body real good, and now 2 good uppercuts. I mean, hooks, I'm sorry.
Taki says the keys to victory will be stamina and who can take the best punch. He has confidence he can stop Goyo Vargas. Vargas in the silver and red. And Taki in the red with the gold and the green trim.
That was a beautiful counter right uppercut by Vargas, and maybe what he's talking about with the unusual punches is triple left uppercuts off the lead. That I haven't seen too much of, Freddie.
But this guy's punching and bunching. He can really punch in combination and strange combinations. He's doing things very strange. Yeah, there's 5 jabs, 6, and several hooks afterwards.
Vargas continues to come forward and assert himself.
And the overall feeling when you look at these 2 guys as a man is fighting a boy. Doesn't Goyo look like, you know, some guy walks out of a cantina and says, I'm going to take on everybody. And the other guy looks like a kid, says, only shine your shoes. He looks like a kid.
Vargas has been the effective aggressor here in the opening minutes. Here's a nice half hook, half uppercut by Vargas. The winner of this fight could get a world title shot, so it is a fight of significance. Currently the top lightweight champion, without question, Sugar Shane Mosley, who's 31-0 with 29 KOs, the undefeated IBF champ. Big miss there by Ben Taki, but Vargas didn't have a reply at the moment. He's got one there with a good left hook.
You know, normally the fighter that throws the lighter punches throws more up to him. Right now, Vargas has outthrown him in power and in numbers.
Yeah, many more numbers. He really has won this round big. He's done all the fighting.
Está cubriendo mucho, ¿ok? El agua. Dale. Ten cuidado, tienes un pequeño roce para ahí, ¿sí?
He was saying, take it easy, you're doing really good, just keep the jab going.
Tienes un pequeño rocetoncito aquí, muy chiquito, ¿ok?
Speaking of that left hand, here we see Vargas really doubling, tripling it up, working nice. There's like a half an uppercut, a jab. He throws kind of a funny jab. It's like a half a jab, half uppercut. Maybe that's one of the weird punches, but he's been throwing a lot of them, and there it is again. Another double, and Taki's not getting out of the way of it completely and not completely blocking it.
Okay, good. Very good. Keep your hands up. Tuck. Keep it close to tuck.
Joe Goosen of the famous Goosen training and managing family in the corner of Ben Taki. Vargas listening to his father, Gregorio. Vargas's big punch is the left hook to the body, so typical of many Mexican fighters.
Well, this corner is very happy with him so far. Everything he said, everything you're doing, keep on doing it perfect. You'll have no trouble with this guy. Well, why not? He did all the punching, and he got no punches in return.
Vargas, an aggressive slugger, tremendous heart as he showed against Paul Hodgkinson and winning the WBC featherweight crown, and versus Kevin Kelly, despite losing the belt.
Taki's already come out using more jabs. Now he's starting to jab to the body. He's already coming out using a much more effective left hand.
At least he's doing something. He was not doing anything. He was mesmerized by it.
Oh, good. Strong left hook there. Followed up by a straight left by Vargas to the head.
Combinations that Vargas throws are really interesting.
Those punches are getting through by Vargas, those straight lefts and left hooks. They're making contact with the chin of Taki. Taki does have a good chin. He can take a punch.
That's the good news and the bad news. He's going to be here long for a good
Now Vargas going to the body.
One of the other interesting things Vargas does is he throws a double left hook. Instead of body to head, he goes head to body. And sometimes that'll confuse a fighter who will keep his hand up, and the next one will dig right into his kidneys or his liver.
He's showing me championship form as Vargas. He's a complete fighter that knows how to punch with both hands. Ring generalship, he knows how to use the ring. So far, he's the champion here. He's shown it. He's shown championship quality and experience.
Break. Come back.
Tacky in 18 fights has never been down. No cuts. Vargas down once back in 1989. That jab beginning to find a home by Tacky there.
I wonder if Tacky's ever fought anybody of this caliber.
There's not a particularly quick pace for this weight, but it's starting to heat up a little more.
Yes, Tacky tries to fight back. This could heat up into a wonderful fight if Tacky starts to get brave here. But the thumping body shots are going to take something out of this little thin body.
Vargas having a feel that he's doubling up on those left hooks to the ribs and out of the head with a combination. He's a good, strong combination puncher, as you can see. And pretty good footwork, too, to get out of the way of those return punches by Tacky.
And you can see the significant difference in power and the duration that punch stays in with Tacky when Vargas hits him. Tacky needs to throw more punches to offset the power factor.
And more than one at a time, or slow combinations like that one. That's such a slow combination you could count between those punches. You know, combinations got to come in zip, zip, zip for it to hurt.
Vargas has those Archie Moore type trunks way down there.
Looks like a can of beer, a can of cold drink or something.
Final seconds, round 2.
Another one in the can for the ex-champion, Vargas.
All right, you got to him a little bit. You got to him a little bit. A little bit more. Take some deep breaths. Give me some water and a bucket, Greg, right there. All right.
Where's the spit bucket?
I don't know. Where's the spit bucket? You tell me. Right here. Right here, Taki. Very good. Taki, keep your jab going. When you get inside over the body, it hurt him. That right hand hurt him. Your right hand here hurt him. Very good. Keep your guard up. Keep your head moving after you punch. Tell him.
Let's take a look at body work. Goosen's asking his man to go to the body, but look what's happening to him in the meantime. One to the side, and you see his whole. Look, did you see how his whole body rippled? All of that's a punch, and then how he kind of caved in a little bit. That's a body.
When they do that little cave move, you know it hurt.
Oh yes,
I've been hit with those. I don't like them.
No, not a good thing to do. Get hit with body shots.
Nice super slow-mo work there. Really showing how painful that shot could be. Well, here we go into round 3, round 2. Vargas able to punch between and around Tacky's jabs and connected often enough to easily win that round.
Something that is interesting, Tacky said that this fight was going to be a matter of endurance in later rounds, and he's constantly coming forward, putting pressure on Vargas to punch or move. And even though Vargas has been more effective so far going backward, that could be a factor late in the fight.
Tacky more on the attack, more aggressive, but still not hitting anything but gloves. Not hitting hard, and then look what he's getting in return.
And that is more than a probing jab by the Mexican Goyo Vargas. That has to sting.
He's got heavy hands. You can see at the transition time when he punches, his hands go and they stay in that body a little while.
And Vargas is making Tacky hurt when he misses.
I tell you what, if he can take this kind of punishment through 5 or 6 rounds and still be fighting Ben Tacky, then I'm going to have to take my hat off to him, because he's getting hit some hard shots by a guy who can punch.
Boy, if Vargas gets a shot at the title, the biggest names at 135 as mentioned: Sugar Shane Mosley, Jean-Baptiste Mendy, WBA, Cesar Bazan of Mexico, the WBC champ. Oh, look at this combination to the head, penetrating, and that jolts Tacky.
See the power being the difference, the transition time of those punches. When he hits you, you feel the shockwave through your system for 3 or 4 seconds as opposed to a second and a half tap.
But Tacky able to come back. Tacky showing a lot of courage.
Beautiful right uppercut by Tacky. He got Goyo's attention.
Boy, this Tacky does have a marvelous chin and a lot of guts. Oh, back comes Mr. Vargas with a combination to the chin.
Tacky may very well want this to be a shootout because he believes he's in better condition, but he is taking a lot of punishment in between, something I wouldn't really advise.
He's taking a lot of punishment this round, and he's way behind. I mean, every round he's lost this one.
Despite the punishment, Tacky continues to be aggressive, coming forward. He is game.
He's certainly no dog in him. He's coming up. He reminds you of Azuma. Azuma Nelson takes all that punishment, then he keeps coming and he wears you out.
Wild swing and a miss there on a left hook. And again, Vargas makes Tacky pay.
See, although Tacky's the quicker of the two here, he has not got the speed compared to Mosley.
Oh, beautiful.
Mosley is lightning.
Countering right hook there by Tacky that got the attention of Vargas. And again, he's got Vargas backing up.
But Vargas lands a hard right and then ducks under him.
You heard him twice in that round. Very good. Very good. Give me some more real quick. Deep breath. Open up his trunks. There we go. Hey, Taki, you're going to win this fight. Just keep Taki, listen to me. Listen to me. Can he hurt you? No. He can't hurt you. Can he hurt you? Ask him if he can hurt you. No. No.
Yeah, he said
no, he can't hurt you.
He said he's waiting for him.
Right. Keep your hands up. Keep tracking him down. Keep using your jab. Yeah. Get your right hand off quick, though. He's starting to swell up here. He's got to hit more right hand. Okay? Now, here's the next thing. Here's the next thing.
Let's take a look at how quick Vargas punches in combination and repetitively, so that it's almost no time to do anything but cover up or get hit. He goes to the body. He begins all attacks with the body. 1, 2, 1, 2. What? I mean, if this kept on going, you'd see 5 of those. And of course, Tacky comes back later, Bobby.
Later, Tacky's got to get his into it. There's a nice counter right hand over the top of Vargas' slow jab, a left hook and a right uppercut, but he didn't do enough of it.
As we enter into round number 4.
And of course, our surprise was to ask him, is he hurting you? And he said, no, it's nothing.
But Joe Goosen kept talking to him in English, and I don't think he speaks English.
Well, when the guy talked to him in African, it came out.
Vargas ahead on the online scoring, 3 rounds to 0.
Very good, exactly what I got.
Vargas administered more punishment in round 3, connected with 2 solid sets of combinations midway through the round, but Tacky did score on a couple of occasions.
He closed the distance by how much he lost the round significantly, but still just did not do enough. He's not the bigger puncher. He's got to be the worker.
You get the feeling that the only way he is going to come on is if Vargas gets tired and slows down this attack. If that's the case, then he will be in trouble, because it looks like this kid's here to fight the entire distance.
Normally, when a heavy puncher at this weight would only throw 40 to 50 shots, he should be throwing 60 to 70 shots to offset the power. Equal amount scored, power will get the edge.
The pace of Vargas slowing down somewhat. Perhaps some of that punishment dished out by Tacky in the last round has gotten to the Mexican, and again he backs up Vargas, who's fighting in retreat.
You know, we talked about power being a big factor, but when people are tired, speed also a very big factor, because whoever gets there first gets there best.
And Tacky beginning to come on a bit here, even though he continues for the most part to be dominated by Vargas. Tacky did say that stamina would be a big factor here tonight, so the longer this goes, well, we'll see.
Well, no, it's a fairly even round with 2 minutes gone, and I think that this is a round that Tacky could pull out with some combinations and a little pressure.
And if he went to the body, not once has he gone to the body in this whole round. Not once. And when you got a guy standing in front of you who might get tired if you pound him in the body, it's neglectful not to go to the body.
Tacky's best weapon is the right hand. He doesn't give you much in the way of angles, as you can see. Almost always straight in. Going for the body there, but missing.
Reaching too far. When you reach that far, even if you get there, you don't hit it. I mean, it's no effect of the punch.
Vargas defensively average, shows good movement, mobile. Always seems to be a moving target, like right there. Able to use the head movement. That time he got nailed. Almost a low blow there by Vargas, and then he digs in with the left hooks to the ribs.
Nice counter left hook by Tacky, and now he's got the pressure on a little bit, working, trying to steal this round and win the end of the round.
Another round, Tacky. Good. Forget about
Uy, excelente. Está bien. Ok, no es en esto. Ok, estás bien. Estás bien, no vas a estar lento, ¿ok?
Sí.
Pega un poquito. Trata de estar más rapidito. ¿Sí? Más rapidito.
He said, you're doing all right, but you're slowing down. Try to speed up a little bit. You're doing good while you're fast. And he's exactly right. That's a good button.
Métele dos dobles.
You have to use your jab short and long. You got to use it when you're coming in. That right hand hurts him every time he hits him with it. Okay, Taco, you feel good? Sure. You feel good? Yeah. Here we go, baby. Number 5. Hey, number 5. Here we go. Win this round.
Ramon Acquay helping out Joe Goosen there with the translation.
Well, Taki should feel like maybe the tide is beginning to turn for him. That was not a bad round for him.
I think he actually stole that round. I think he really won the round. He started out stronger, did the majority of the work in the beginning. In the end, the middle was fairly even. I gave him that round by the slightest of margins. And Vargas's corner recognized the slowing down and said, "You're slowing down. Pick it back up."
Yeah, exactly what I've got.
Now Taki just stalking, following Vargas around. A lot of movement here from the Mexican Vargas. Taki comes forward. These are not the hardest punches in the world, but that right uppercut got into the chin of Goyo Vargas, but it didn't seem to be that effective against Vargas all in all.
Some nice strong counters by Vargas, but you know what? When he starts missing those big shots, that's when punches really get tired.
Now we're talking about the lack of a body attack. Well, there it is. That's just what he should have been doing, and he's doing it now. He is Taki.
Vargas's punches a lot harder than Taki's, and that could have a lot of wear and tear as this fight progresses on Taki's body.
Bobby, I was surprised to see Vargas go to the ropes and let this guy tee off on him and get brave when he doesn't have to if he just moves around.
Well, you know, it could be a little tired.
That's a sign of being tired?
Could be a little tired. Could have tried to set a trap for one or two of those big bombs, but I just didn't think he had his rhythm about him. He was trying to regroup.
This is beautiful work by Goyo Vargas. Look how he's jabbing to the head and to the stomach, and effectively, because it's making Taki double over, taking the steam right out of him.
Stop.
A warning from referee Jay Nady about the heads.
I must have missed that one, fellas.
Me too. I didn't see that. I did not see that one.
Boy, a clubbing right hand there by Goyo Vargas, right off the top of Taki's head.
Goyo's got a little swelling in the one eye, in the right eye, and some starting in the left.
That last sequence when Taki came forward, he didn't throw any punches, just came forward, and that's when Vargas is so effective, because he can just tee off when he feels like it.
Vargas is smart. He's going to the body predominantly, try to wear Taki out. That gets to the legs, doesn't it, Bobby? And then you go for the head.
It gets to the legs, it gets to the body, it gets to the arms, it gets to everything, because it not only hurts, but it debilitates, and it lasts a lot longer than a chin shot.
Good straight right hand there by Ben Taki, countering right hand by Goyo Vargas.
And those are the kind that hurt. Just as the guy was coming in, just as he was coming in, he got hit.
Good exchange here as they go toe-to-toe.
Vargas still got the better of the exchange,
Yep.
Steve.
Vargas got the better of that one. Absolutely.
You're on your way to winning this. Okay, good. Relax. Now, here we go. Very good. Talk.
Make sure the water
All right, here's what I need from you now. Take a deep breath. I need you to start stepping over here and dropping that right hand, okay? I need you to start stepping over. You understand? Let me have that. Talk. Don't back up. Don't back up. Cut the ring off on him. Cut the ring off on him. Don't follow him. Here's the other thing. You've got to punch with him.
Let's take a look and see if we can see where the clash is. Neither Bobby or I saw that. Well, there it was, but not much. Bobby, take a look at this infighting.
Taki doing some of the infighting here in an extreme close-up, trying to work on the inside, trying to work Goyo Vargas' body, throwing a nice uppercut on the inside. That is the way to attack. Go to the body and come up with uppercuts. Perfectly executed.
I love the mind games being used by Joe Goose, and you're on your way to winning this fight, he says to Ben Tacky.
Well, that's a cornerman's eternal optimism, and that's the way it should be. You gotta give your guy hope. You gotta give your guy energy.
Imagine in a tough fight that you tell your fighter, by the way, you're anyway to losing.
But
I don't think that's good for his spirits.
Tacky's probably saying to himself, Joe, what fight are you watching? Round 5, round 6, I should say. It is scheduled for 12, the WBC Continental America's Lightweight Championship. Vargas continues to tee off on the body, now upstairs to the head with a combination. Here's another beautiful 1-2-3 combination by Vargas.
Crisp, sharp, and good.
You know, Vargas is being extremely effective, even more so than I would have thought with a jab. Not a fast jab, a power puncher. Most power punchers aren't that effective with the jabs, mostly with the counters and the power shots. Terrific jab tonight.
Vargas very smooth. He's 38-6-1 with 28 knockouts. Former WBC featherweight champion from Mexico City. He's 28, 3 years older than the African Tacky. Tacky unbeaten.
Walking in here with Julio Cesar Chavez, who's doing Spanish commentary. I asked him about this guy, and he says he's still here. He's still as good as he ever was. Don't count this guy out. He's at the top of his form. So if that's true, and it looks like it is from what we've seen thus far over 5 rounds, and this is going to be a long night for Tacky.
Tacky talked about his right hand, or I should say his manager trainer talked about his right hand being so much the better punch, and it really has been shown here tonight.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Vargas is 9-1 with 8 knockouts since his last title fight in 1994. Under a minute remaining in the 6th round. The punches of Vargas continue to have more pop on them than Tacky, like those uppercuts to the midsection.
You know, walking in with Chavez, I said, they're going to have a clock here. Did you ever look at the clock while you were fighting to see what was left? He said, never. I never looked for a clock.
How about you, Bobby? You ever look for a clock?
You look for a clock, you get clock. Never look for a clock.
Good line.
Good line.
Tell you what, this kid Vargas fights nicely going backwards. It's not easy to do, as both you guys know.
Tacky is doing good, just not good enough to win the round. I mean, he's doing all right. He's holding his own.
He's coming up just short, very consistently.
One of his better shots just a second ago, that right hook. Well, we're here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. A few fights away from the main event. Why everybody is here, the return of Mike Tyson as he gets ready to square off with Francois Botha of South Africa, now living in Newport Beach, California. Late arriving crowd, they are hoping. In my conversations with Tyson leading up to this fight, he was very candid. He spoke, though, in contradictions, very self-deprecating yet cocky, feeling his credibility is shot. Yet he calls himself the king. Bottom line, he remains a very complex person.
Sooner and he's got to punch more. His jab is working well. He needs to hook up that jab. He needs to hook up that jab and right hand. Very good. Very good, Taki. Here we go. Okay. Taki, stay on. Don't back up.
You know, you raised a very valid point earlier, Ferdy. What you see on Ben Tacky's cheeks are actually tribal markings of the Ga tribe, GA. They were cut onto him as a child in Ghana.
Yeah, I thought because they're balanced on either side.
Yeah, they looked a little too symmetrical to be an accident.
Yeah, it's just like the markings they put in. I didn't think he got him at Heidelberg, so.
There's the online story. How about you guys unofficially?
Exactly. I got it 59-54, which is.
Then we are all in agreement.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say I agreed. No, I agree.
You don't count.
Thanks. Round 7.
Oh, nice right hand by Tacky right on the jaw.
Joe Goosen said to him, use that right hand more, you're hurting him with it, and he's starting to throw it.
Ben Tacky with another right hand to the jaw of Goyo Vargas, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Tacky comes on.
And Goyo goes to ropes, and he lets him stay there.
Vargas is looking to cover up there.
I noticed every round when Vargas gets off the stool, he turns around and bends over. Doesn't pray, bends over. And I don't know if he has a bad back or what, but he bends over. I think that's very odd. I've had a bad back and some problems with it, and that's what I would do if I'm back by it.
It starts to stiffen up. You're trying to stretch those muscles.
Sure, he didn't drop any change. There's the jab by Goyo Vargas.
And the punch to the side, which he's belaboring the right side of Tacky. He's going to feel that tonight.
Boy, Tacky's ribs. Gotta be hurt.
Sore.
That was blocked by Vargas, the gloves. It's telegraphing Tacky.
This is a round where Vargas seems to have lost a little bit of steam, a little bit of juice gone out of the tank a little. I would have thought that Ben Tacky would take a little more advantage of it as he started to early in the round, but he's backed off again.
Tacky's been up and down, even though he's undefeated in 18 fights. He's looked tense and tight in certain fights, sometimes just throwing one punch at a time. Then he'll come back and really look strong. But I think he's just being outskilled here by Vargas.
Yeah, you have to consider the opposition. He's in against the next champion and a guy who could be champion with a little bit of luck. And so, hey, he's only had 18 fights. That's not a whole lot of fights.
I remember back to the 18th fight with me. I think it was Robbie Sims' time.
Half-brother of marvelous Marvin Hagler, right?
Yep. Gosh.
Tacky turned pro in 1994. He hasn't been fighting that long, as you point out. He had 3 fights in 98. Knocking out Edwin Santana in the 10th, Louis Leja in the 9th, and decision to a fighter named Lau.
Nice body work by Tacky just now. Nice right and left uppercuts that landed very cleanly. Beautiful overhand right.
And he's the aggressor. He's chasing. He's doing a good job this round.
Vargas continues to land while he's backing up.
Sí, esas son las combinaciones que tienes que buscar. Fuerte, pero no, tienes mucha escuela mejor. ¿Ok? Sí.
He just said take them to school, but they're very, very sparse in their conversation.
Sí.
Mételo de gancho, lo estás metiendo bien.
Date ánimo, ¿ok?
He's got to keep using it. You got to slow him down to the body. Inside, he's got to hit that liver. Tell him he's got to hit that liver inside. Please, doctor, hit that liver inside, okay? You're catching up now. You're catching up to him now, right?
Let's take a look at a real good right hand by Tacky, the kind that he puts right on. Look at the way his head spun around. That'll get respect. That'll get attention. That'll get you
that'll win you points in the rounds.
And they might also knock you out. And that's a very good punch.
We mentioned that is his best weapon, the right hand. Well, conversation is never sparse with Joe Goosen, that's for sure. Round 8 could be a costly bet for Ben Tacky. If this bout does not come down to stamina and conditioning being in his favor, he's about 4 or 5 rounds behind on our scorecards. Scheduled for 12. Fringe title, WBC Continental America's Lightweight Championship, but these usually lead the title shots. And it's been about 5 years since Vargas has had one of those.
Oh, another good right hand right across the cheek of Vargas by Tacky.
The crowd slowly filling up here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas as they get ready for the main event. Tyson Botha.
One thing about the bigger punchers, they tend to fade in the later rounds, have less power, and certainly throw a lot less punches.
Beautiful combination to the chin by Vargas. A countering attempt there by Tacky goes nowhere. Back comes Vargas again with a left hook.
Vargas is using a counter. It's kind of a counter hook uppercut. It's beautiful.
Beautiful right hook by Vargas that lands to the left jaw of Tacky. Oh, a gorgeous left hook by Goyo Vargas, and he is scoring at will. Halfway through the 8th.
Just as I was about to say, don't you sense that this is slowing down? It picked up like a rocket. I'm glad I didn't get a chance to say that.
Something you notice Vargas doing, he throws 3 or 4 punches, steps back, and throws 3 or 4 more like this. He's doing it again and again.
Vargas with a second win, just teeing off on Tacky. And Tacky showing quite a chin and heart.
It's like hitting the heavy bag, Bobby. The guy doesn't hit back. He's just punching away.
Well, I'll tell you, I think a few of them really got his attention, wobbled him a little bit, and he is getting hit in succession, makes it hard to get off in between.
A vicious combination, one after another, by the fists of Vargas. Tacky fighting back courageously, but getting nowhere fast.
Boy, I don't know how this kid could take that kind of shot.
So he's like a punching bag.
Boy, that was a lot of punishment there. Here's some more. And it's right on the button.
Missiles being thrown here by Goyo Vargas, and they are mostly scoring.
Vargas's timing, his moves, and his mixing up his sequences has just been masterful right here.
I'll tell you what, Vargas, not only very powerful, but showing great movement in tremendous condition. This late in the fight, still able to stand away after he throws those punches.
And his variety of punches. Just when you think he's teeing off on the head, here comes a shot to the liver that should paralyze you. I mean, you know, this guy's fighting over and under.
Those heads really coming close. Oh. Vicious body blows, right uppercuts, left uppercuts by the Mexican.
Tell him he cannot let that happen again. He cannot stand there in the middle of the ring and let him circle around him. Tell him right now. Tell him what I just told you. You can't let him do that. You have to get him close to him. Get him close to him. Make him. Little grease. Little grease. Tacky. Stay with him. What is this, 8? No, this is 9. This is 9.
Now let's take a look at Vargas and his little slugfest, and keep in mind the kind of combinations. There's a jab. No sooner does he do that, and he comes back with a hook. There's the hook, and then he goes right down to the body. Now watch the heads, Bobby.
Well, the heads are clashing because what they're doing is both coming into each other, and they're going to bang heads on a regular basis when they keep doing it. They lean over into another head first.
Well, Tacky was a sitting target in that 8th round. A very impressive one for Vargas, the former WBC featherweight champion. He is widening the lead.
Tacky's people said stamina and durability will clearly be the difference. And Vargas said his power and his experience will clearly be the difference. And so far, Vargas has proven it right.
And this time between rounds, Joe Gushin wasn't using any mind games or blowing any wind in the direction of Tacky. He really got in his face with help from translator Ramona Quay.
Said you cannot do that again, not ever.
Well, as we have it on our scorecards, it's almost a mathematical impossibility, barring knockdowns and so forth, for him to come back. If they're just trading points, he mathematically can't win this fight.
Tacky would have to win every round from here and close out to pull a draw.
Yep. And
on my score.
If he had a knockdown then at 10-8 rounds, something like that, he could win, but otherwise, he's mathematically out of the winning picture.
I think the experience as well as the power were the big factors here. I can understand the durability being good, endurance, conditioning being a player, but Vargas isn't going anywhere.
And almost everything that Vargas throws connects. There's a pretty countering right by Tacky, but doing no damage.
And Vargas comes back with 2 or 3 of his own. Tacky does not follow up. He'll throw 1 or 2 combinations, but not followed up with 3, 4, or 5.
The left hook there by Tacky, but again, back comes Vargas. Vargas combination. 1, 2, 3, 4 combinations. To the head and then to the body.
He threw a 5-punch combination to the head, then followed with 3 to the body, and in between Tacky did nothing. Can't allow that.
He was too busy eating punches, Bobby. I think this guy's just bewildered. He's being overwhelmed, overcome. I mean, the punches are too many, too accurate. He just does. He's outclassed. He's being outclassed is the word I'm trying to search for.
Hey, Nady, warning Vargas not to use the elbows.
Yeah, that wasn't. It was more of like a shoulder push off. I don't think it was anything nasty or intentional. Just kind of like just a shove off.
The way Vargas is looking here, he doesn't need anything below the belt, anything illegal. Oh. Continues to land with combinations to the head.
And they're in 4- and 5-pound combinations. You hardly ever see anybody throwing that good and landing and hurting.
What's going through your mind as a fighter right now, Bobby? If you're Goyo Vargas, I mean, just about everything scoring. You're just hitting home runs every second.
Well, if he feels he has a big lead, and sometimes fighters can't tell, if he feels he has a big lead, he'll be smart. He'll do what he's doing, not make a mistake, and not give up anything. That will be a problem.
I think you just continue to fight to win. That's about the way it is. Once you start getting smart, you get hurt. You don't get too smart. No. That's another one in Vargas' camp.
He's following him in a circle instead of cutting the ring off. You got to move his feet left and right. He's got to pin the guy on the ropes. He's got to make him fight more. He's following him around looking for 1 or 2 shots. It ain't going to cut it. Tell him that right now.
They're talking about water and just non-technical things. They're really very satisfied with what he's doing. There's nothing that they can tell. He's doing a perfect way. Let's see if he bends over again. Yeah, there he goes again. He's kind of stretching himself.
Could be a back situation.
Yeah, that's what
you wouldn't know by the way he's punching.
That's for sure. Round 10. We hit double figures. Goyo Vargas won the WBC featherweight title, 126 back in '93 with a 7th round TKO over England's Paul Hodgkinson in Dublin. Great fight. As you look at the online scoring, Goyo Vargas in dominating fashion.
We're all in agreement, 7-2.
It's unanimous.
Then he lost in his first defense to Kevin Kelly, another good fight. Kelly outboxed Vargas, was ahead on points when Vargas floored Kelly in the 9th, but Kelly won a unanimous decision.
You know, there were a few rounds in there that were a little bit close, so it seems that our online at-home crowd is getting a little more educated.
Yeah. Pretty soon they can come take our jobs. I mean, we can go sit home.
God forbid.
Vargas moved up to junior lightweight, but lost a decision to John Molina for the IBF title in '94. We'll see Molina later against Roberto Garcia. Then he had a 20-month layoff, helped his brother Adan, a former Mexican bantamweight champ. But as mentioned earlier, 9-1 with 8 knockouts since that last title fight. Talking about Goyo Vargas in the red with the silver.
Taki eventually has to show some form of desperation. He's got to let it all hang out. You heard Joe Goose in the corner. He said, listen, you got to pin him on ropes. You got to go for it.
Yeah, desperation is the word. If he doesn't fight with some kick into some super high gear that he hasn't shown, he's not going to win this fight. I mean, anybody can get lucky in those last championship rounds, but he doesn't look like he's doing anything different.
Well, we'll give Taki points for bravery, willingness,
toughness,
but just not there on the skill level with Goyo Vargas.
I think experience is a big factor. I think Vargas is right. Experience is going to be a key.
And the power of Goyo Vargas, as we mentioned at the outset.
Nice right hand right there by Vargas. But see, he comes back with 2 more, and then 2 more again. And Taki does nothing in between.
There's that combination again, right left by Vargas to the chin. Another one.
And all of them on the butt. On the butt.
Scoring at will. Goyo Vargas. Every once in a while, Taki will come back, but there you see that rat-a-tat approach by Vargas. And he is unrelenting.
Tell you, Vargas walked into a nice right hand too that got his attention, and he backed off. Overall, though, he had won the combination clearly.
Well, what is Taki's face going to look like after this one? And when he wakes up in the morning, you won't even see those tribal markings. There'll be so much swelling.
He certainly will have sore ribs.
Ay, no, ya con esos zancos me amolé mi mano.
He says his hand is hurting him. He says his right hand. I think he said yeah, I think he said his right hand is hurting him.
Estás bien, no, ya no tiene ningún rozón, nomás la pura nariz, ¿ok? Estás muy bien.
You have nothing on the nose. Don't worry about your eyes.
¿Ok? Lo voy a revivir bien. Pero demuestre ahorita que ya tiene con qué. Cuando tú le tiras ráfagas y todo eso, ella no haya que hacer.
That may be one of the reasons why his hand is so sore, because he's landing this right hand with impunity. He just zings it through there. This is really a beating. That's what you see. Okay, let's look at it.
Here's a special close-up, a nice right hand, left hook, and then a follow-up by Vargas. He's just teeing off at Willie, throwing the combinations, punches and bunches, and getting it done.
There's the stretching once again by Vargas just before the bell. Benteke entering uncharted territory. He has never been past 10 in any of his 18 fights until now, all victories.
And I venture to say he's never had a 10 like the 10 that just went by. You'll never forget his little trip to America.
All the way from Accra, Ghana.
See, now he's throwing 2 or 3 combinations in a row, but he's still chasing. Joe Goosen told him 2 or 3 rounds ago, you have to cut him off, corner him. You cannot keep chasing. You're following him around the ring.
Vargas, even though round 11, continues to dance around, show good foot movement.
Well,
and takes to the body with the swift combinations.
He's gone to school tonight. He's had an education in how to fight or how not to fight a champion. He's gotten a tattoo beat on. Imagine he gets home and says, "What did you see that you liked in Las Vegas?" He says, "Bellagio was nice."
No.
I think many times when Taki is chasing Vargas, he chases him, then he sets, and as he sets, Vargas has already stepped off, and he has to chase him and reset again. He's not cutting off the ring. Even when he does, he always takes an extra split second to set. He's got to fire as he's moving sometimes.
How would you like to see a fight based on what you are seeing here by Goyo Vargas? Vargas versus Shane Mosley.
Oh, Shane's very fast. I don't think you'd see this. I think you'd see an even wild fight.
Mosley clearly in a league of his own. 31-0, 29 knockouts, the undefeated IBF title holder.
You know, he's a special kind of talent. I think that Vargas never even comes close to having this good a fight against Shane Mosley.
Oh, no. He'd have a survival fight against Mosley. He'd have to survive.
The other champions, Cesar Bazan, Jean-Baptiste Mendy, Artur Gregorian.
Are those all champions? How many champions have we got? We got more champions than challengers.
He actually cut the list down because there are more. We just don't recognize all.
It does get out of hand.
Oh, that's out of hand. In the end, the public decides who's the best in the group. I mean, this has got to be a joke.
Well, they decide who's the most popular, that's for sure.
Well, that's it. I mean, when Ali was fighting, he was a champion. That was it, whether he had a belt or not. Right now, there's only 1 or 2 in that.
Don't you wish we could go back to those days when you don't have to remember so many champions and so many sanctioning bodies?
There were only 8 champions. And when there was a fight, it was an occasion. Let's get back to this.
Final seconds, round 11. It continues to be all Goyo Vargas.
2 beautiful right hands now. Taki's got to let it hang out.
No.
Oh, boy.
Well, you got to him a little bit at the end there. Tell him he got to him at the end.
Last one.
But I need 3 minutes. I need it. No, he's not cutting. You mean in his mouth, Greg?
Yeah.
It's a little too late, I guess. Yeah. Here, let me have that. Hey, Taki.
This is the last round.
Yes.
Taki.
One more. You have to do it. You cannot wait on him. You have to knock him out now, okay? Can you do it? You got it.
Here's the pressure. Vargas doesn't seem to know when to quit. Even whether his hand's hurting him or not, he just keeps throwing it. And the pressure's overwhelming for this kid. I think he's just being overwhelmed. That's a good example of it. Now, Bobby, look at the second one.
Extreme close-up of the punches. Vargas right on the money. Power shots. Taki just doesn't know how to get out of the way, how to react to him, and doesn't counter back enough to keep Vargas off.
Fine camera work. You know, as the years progress, the cameramen get better and better and better. It's almost, this is the best sport to watch on TV because you can really get in it. You're really inside the ring with them. Great camera work.
Well, Benteke might need divine intervention to pull this one out. He began round 11 by pursuing Vargas around the ring. He'll have to do that again in this final round, but he'll have to back it up with some power if he wants to capture this WBC Continental America's lightweight title, but that does not seem very likely, folks.
Well, you know, he's coming behind a double, triple jab with a right hand. He's doing what he should have been doing earlier, needing to throw more punches because he's not the harder.
No, you gotta be kidding. He knocked down Vargas.
Vargas was off balance and he hit him with a left hook.
Off balance. He's not injured.
But a clean knockdown.
Flash knockdown. He got up right away. And he looks over to his corner and says, I don't believe that. That's the second time he's been knocked down in his career. He may have been stepped on. The feet came together, and he lost his balance and went down. He looked over, he nodded his head no, as if to say, no way, that was a knockdown.
Yeah, it was a knockdown because he got hit and went down because he was out of balance, but not a knockdown in that he got hurt.
It was correct. That's correct, Freddie.
Traditional sense. 35 seconds into the last round, it goes as an official knockdown against Vargas.
And Vargas, you can see, is a little tired here. He's done the majority of the work for the fight. I don't think that knockdown could possibly factor into the score. No, I would be nothing short of shocked.
Now, it's all academic. Unless he stayed down. That's the only one.
Well, we say it's all academic, but we don't count either, fellas.
That's true. We're in Las Vegas.
Remember, we are in Las Vegas.
We're the land of who knows what.
A woobly-doo. How many times have we said that and came back shocked?
But I think this one I'd bet the house.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way you could.
I used to gamble. I learned not to bet the house.
Well, we're in Vegas. I might as well use the jargon. But I know what you mean, Bobby. Final minute. Final round. Again, a swift combination to the head by Vargas. Vargas, who's angry over that knockdown call, trying to finish strong. Oh, he just doesn't let up. A relentless attack here by Vargas to the face of Tacky.
Vargas
looks like Tacky with a countering right.
Vargas looks like he wants to knock him out. You know, Vargas looks like, hey, you knocked me down. Let me finish this thing. You know,
he's frustrated that he can't put this kid down. He's never been down, Tacky. Final 20 seconds. Oh, a low blow by Ben Tacky. And with
that one was
seconds
way
to go.
south of the border.
Goodness. He'll get all the time he needs.
It's only 11 seconds.
And there's only 11 seconds remaining. Can you believe this? A low blow by Ben Tacky with 11 seconds to go in the fight after he controversially put Vargas on the canvas. 35 seconds into the round. And Vargas says, oh, what the heck, let's just finish this thing out. He knows there's only a few seconds left.
I'm not even sure I was on his mind at the time.
That's it. Whatever. And all Goyo Vargas and Ben Tacky has to be delusional as he waves his fist to the crowd and jumps up on the ropes. Vargas from start to finish, from bell to bell. Ben Tacky being hoisted up, but he's got to be in another world.
Now they do that all the time. They think it'll influence the judges if a fighter looks happy, but theoretically, and not even theoretically, but practically, the judges put down the score before and after each, should be after each round before the next.
So it has no bearing.
Shouldn't have any bearing. There's only one round that can be judged, and the last round you have to give to Tacky.
Yep. But academic, as you pointed out, Vargas hearing it from the crowd, and deservedly so, put on a beautiful exhibition of combinations. Well, check out that knockdown in the last round.
I believe something went wrong, and he just was off balance.
Check the feet, Bobby. Let's see if he stepped on it.
No, he didn't step on him. He just had bad balance and got hit with a left hook. You can see it. Tacky just comes in close and stuffs him. From the overhead, you would watch his feet are level, squared off, and you see his feet are squared off. He had him straight. He didn't have one behind the other, and he just went down. They bent and buckled. And one more look at it. This is like eye level, just a straight left. You'll see it just kind of sort of a half a hook, almost a straight jab.
Yeah, how
just
ironic.
Just off balance.
And Vargas, who was dominating the whole fight, the one to go off his feet.
A lot of action that last round. Here's a wicked low blow. Tacky comes in and throws one, bang, right south of the border. And sometimes they don't hurt, but sometimes they do. He got his few minutes and got up to finish out what I think should be an easy decision victory.
As we await the announcement from Jimmy Lennon Jr. It was a good show of sportsmanship. Ben Tacky.
If I were the judge, 116-111 for Vargas. 9 rounds to 3 with a 2-point round for Tacky.
All right, let's see what the judges here in Las Vegas had to say as we go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Carol Castellano, scores the bout 117 to 110. Our judges at ringside, Jerry Roth and Rex Ross Walker, they both score the bout 116 to 111. All three in favor of the winner of the vacant WBC Continental America's Lightweight Championship, Gregorio Goyo Vargas.
Convincing unanimous decision for the Mexican Goyo Vargas. Our TiVo online scoring had it 9-3 in favor of Vargas. Good job by the folks tuning in. Right on top of it, Vargas perhaps putting himself in line for another world title shot with this win tonight, as he hands Ben Tacky of Ghana his first defeat and wins the WBC Continental America's lightweight title, ups his record to 39-6-1. Tacky goes to 18-1, tasting defeat for the first time in his career. Former WBC featherweight champ Goyo Vargas, one of the most popular fighters in Mexico, able to put another belt around his waist.
We're ready in the ring.
Good job by Goyo Vargas. Well, next up, undefeated Roberto Garcia defends his IBF junior lightweight title against former two-time world champion John Molina. Into the dressing room of Garcia. Tough, disciplined champion. However, he did run into some difficulty his last fight against Cuban southpaw Ramon Ledon. Decked in the second from a tremendous straight left and rocked in the third. But Garcia very composed, able to bounce back with a furious assault to stop Ledon in the fifth. IBF junior lightweight champion Roberto Garcia defending his belt shortly against seasoned veteran John Molina. We're set for post-fight reaction from our first bout. Let's go to the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, in the ring.
¿Pensaste que iba a ser tan fácil? Did you think that was going to be that easy?
No, yo sabía que iba a ser una pelea muy dura porque es un peleador bastante corrioso.
He said he thought it was going to be hard because he's a good fighter, but he ran a little bit. Vamos a enseñarte después los rounds. Cuando te caíste, ¿eso fue un knockdown legítimo? Was that a legitimate knockdown?
Oh, fue una caída, yo estaba mal parado, entré mal y él con el golpe me paró y me fui hacia atrás y caí.
He said he was out of balance. It is a legitimate knockdown. He hit me with a punch and he went down. But vamos a enseñarte lo que tú hiciste en round 11. Qué bien punchante. Usted me dice en combinaciones. Fíjate.
Sí, fue un poquito de rapidez, que fue lo que me hizo falta en los rounds anteriores, pero yo sabía que iba ganando bien la pelea, que la llevaba con amplia facilidad. Y no quería arriesgarme porque pegaba muy fuerte también.
He said he knew he was winning. He knew that speed was everything. Ahora no te caes, fíjate los pies cuando lo llevas. Ahí,
me agarró en línea horizontal y
his feet were horizontal and he got hit a shot. It wasn't hard, didn't hurt him, but it did throw him off balance and he went down, and he says it was a legitimate knockdown. De aquí para qué? Where do you go from here?
Estoy buscando la pelea de campeonato mundial, que es contra Floyd Mayweather. Espero que pues no me tarde mucho porque quiero el campeonato del Consejo Mundial de Boxeo.
He wants the championship. He's willing to go fast, and he hopes he does go fast for the title. What is it? Are we going?
Ferdy, we've been talking to Mayweather's promoter, and that's where we're going to go next. That's the fight that the WBC wants, and that's the one Goyo wants.
All right, Mr. Guzman, thank you very much. And to Steve Albert at ringside.
All right, Ferdy, thanks very much. Impressive showing by Goyo Vargas. Let's take a look at the TiVo online scoring results from our opening bout. Here's how the voting for the first fight went. 9 rounds to 3 in favor of Goyo Vargas. If you took part in the voting, we thank you for your participation, and TiVo Personal TV for their help as well. The online voting will continue with the start of our next bout, Roberto Garcia versus John Molina. Bobby Ches has a key highlight from our first fight, Vargas versus Tacky, with the help of the telestrator. Bobby?
Well, all day long, you'll see that Tacky does not move his head. Right here's his head. It just stays there. The telestrator is actually not working right now. Vargas throws a straight right hand down the middle. And left hand, a straight hand, left hand. Telestrator is actually not working right now. He doesn't move his head. He never moves it to the side. Takes those punches. And he did this all night long. And Vargas had a still target to hit all day long. Never bobbed and weaved, slipped the punches and fired back. Every once in a while, a good right hand. Unfortunately, not anywhere near enough.
All right, thank you very much, Bobby. As the anticipation builds on a crisp, cool night in Las Vegas, we close in on the return of Mike Tyson, a fighter who was once bigger than the sport. Can he reinvent himself? Perhaps he can start by being a little less rude to the media and show a little more respect. The unmistakable scene here, Las Vegas, Nevada. Tyson Botha coming up. Right now, let's go back upstairs to our host, Jim Hill. Jim?
All right, Steve, thank you very much. Now, anyone who has ever really known him knows that Mike Tyson is a complex individual. His apologies are sincere, and strangely, so are the retractions that often follow. And even though he has been in the spotlight and under the public microscope for years, he remains an enigma. And it seems that Tyson is a puzzle that, you know what, even he cannot solve.
He's disqualified. He's out. Look at me. I got to go home. My kids are going to be scared of me. Look at me, man.
I was frustrated. I was mad. I was blooded. I was bleeding. And I was a little dizzy, and I thought they were going to stop the fight, and I believed that he was doing it intentionally. I'm sorry, but shit, I'm human too. Nobody was defending me in there. Later on, like a week or two, as everything continued to escalate, I said, oh, I f***ed up. You know, I'm suspended. I'm screwed.
I further move that Mike Tyson be suspended.
For some reason, I feel like I'm Norman Bates up here with all the doctors and everything.
The maximum fine of $3 million and revocation of license.
I stayed in Brooklyn and Flatbush Avenue in Brownsville. I stayed there, but mostly the whole summer. You stayed in a retrospect, and I used to look back and see where I came from. So people get shot, see people fighting, see people quarreling over dice games. My dumb ass got in a dice game. I even got in some arguments. Yeah. And you know, man, I used to put myself back in perspective and said, this is a hell of a life.
I am so sorry.
Mr. Tyson has met his burden.
Trust me, this won't happen anymore.
I'm prepared to give you one last chance in Nevada.
I hear somebody say, you're the greatest, and I don't know who the hell they're talking about sometimes. But when you hear a million people telling you you're great every day, you know what I mean, sometimes that goes to your head. So I'm just trying to put everything in perspective. You have to understand, I come from a place where one moment I'm in a drug dealer's house and I got a bunch of people on the floor robbing. The next thing you know, I got my hand raised in the air and they said the youngest heavyweight champion in the world, and that's an overwhelming load to handle.
He is the youngest ever to win the heavyweight title, Mike Tyson.
I don't have big dreams and stuff like that. That's just not who I am. I just like to kick some ass, have some fun, you know what I mean? I just need to be Mike Tyson. Everything else is a foregone conclusion.
Well, back now with Emmanuel Stewart. And, you know, Emmanuel, I know you've known Mike for a number of years, over 15 years now. People say all kinds of things about him. He's the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He's schizoid. I mean, he really is all of those things.
Yes, you know, Mike Tyson is a young man with a lot of different personalities. And if you meet him one time and you say, well, Mike is a sweet, lovable guy, when he's talking, he's laid his head on my chest, that is the way Mike Tyson is. And another person might say, well, he's an animal. But when you look at Mike Tyson's background and everything, it makes it be a little bit more understandable. I think one of the things that has set him off a lot this summer particular in this past year is because of the fight with Evander Holyfield, which he felt that was beyond the doubt, the crowning situation that really turned the public totally against him. Because in his heart, I deep down feel myself, he's never felt that he should be criticized to the degree that he was related to biting Evander Holyfield 0, because he felt that he was butted very badly the first fight, only cut he ever had in his life. The next fight, he was butted again and cut again over the eye. And when people refer to him biting Evander, no one ever refers to the fact that he was retaliating like other athletes do when a guy gets beaten by a particular pitcher. He goes out and starts fighting. And so I think he had to apologize. He's been all over the world apologizing. But deep down, he really felt that he was justifiable to some degree. And I think this particular year, he's really like went even further than he had went before in this chaotic life of his.
So Mike Tyson has been out of action for some 19 months right now, and there's great anticipation about him getting back into the ring tonight against Francois Botha. For more on tonight's main event, let's go to Jim Gray outside Tyson's dressing room. Jim?
All right, thank you, Jim. I'm joined by Shelly Finkel, the advisor and manager of Mike Tyson. He spent the entire day, in fact, he spent the past couple of months with Mike Tyson training. The mood with Mike today is what, Shelly?
Very relaxed, very confident.
19 months is a long time for a 32-year-old man to be out of the game. Are there any major concerns that you have because of that rust, because of that layoff coming into tonight?
I might have felt that way 2-3 months ago, but seeing what he's done and the amount of time he's put in, and that, none at all.
We've heard some talk that maybe Botha might throw an elbow, low blow, something to goad Mike into snapping. Is that a concern?
I hope it doesn't go that long.
The inside with Tommy Brooks, a new trainer, somebody he hasn't been familiar with. Just exactly how long does that camaraderie and chemistry take in a fight?
It took about 2-3 days, because the first day they were working out, Tommy was showing him some things. The second day he put mitts on, and when Mike missed a punch, Tommy hit him. And Mike says, whoa, this guy's real. And he thought it would just be very simple. And then the third day, Mike didn't feel good, and he threw up. And Tommy said, look, we got a couple more rounds. We got to finish him. If you throw up in the fight, they're going to let you finish it. So he got the respect early, and then they have a great rapport. If you watch him lately, any training he does, he looks to make sure that he's there. And
all right, Shelly, we appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you later in the evening.
No problem. Thank you, Jim.
Let's send it back outside now to Steve Albert.
Thank you very much, Jim. Straight ahead, the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship. Unbeaten Roberto Garcia versus former two-time world champion John Molina. Two smart, crafty veterans. One a champion, another with a champion's mentality. And a wonderful old pro, John Molina, lifelong Puerto Rican, loves to fight. Former IBF WBO Junior Lightweight champ. His 16th championship fight. Lost only 2 fights the last 9 years, most recently to the very talented Sugar Shane Mosley. We talked about him earlier. The other, a close brawl to Oscar De La Hoya, but he gave De La Hoya one of the toughest fights of his career, throwing almost everything at Oscar. And Freddie, Molina will do almost anything, whatever it takes to win. Very difficult man to fight, even at 33, but you wonder, what does he have left?
Well, that's a big problem. Last year, people were saying, this guy's got nothing left. He has no business in boxing. He should get out. This may be one of those for the road fights, one of those I'll fight once and then it's over with.
All right, let's check out the champion, Roberto Garcia, the pride of Oxnard, California, undefeated, recently won the title in March, outpointing Harold Warren. In October, he survived a knockdown, came back to unleash a wild barrage to stop Ramon Ledon in the 5th. A very young champion, just 23, but made his pro debut at 17. And Bobby, while he is champion, much younger than Molina, is this the kind of fight that will really show what this kid is made of? I mean, he has probably never fought anyone like Molina.
I think Molina can really bring out the best in Garcia. Molina can box, he can scrap fight on the inside, a ton more experience. He has all the different looks that he can give to Garcia, so we're going to see the very best of Garcia and exactly what he's made of.
All right, let's size him up. We go to the tail of the tape. Molina at 33, 10 years older than Garcia. 1-inch height advantage for Molina. The weight almost even, and a slight 1-inch reach advantage for Garcia. And the unified key rules for this world championship fight. There is no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th round, the fight is ruled a no contest. If it happens after the end of round 4, they go to the scorecards. So here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas, getting ready for the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship, Roberto Garcia versus John Molina. Here's Jimmy Lennon
At this
Jr.
time, we present a junior lightweight world championship bout coming away, brought to you by America Presents Showtime Event Television, the MGM Grand and Budweiser, the undefeated, undisputed king of beers. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the International Boxing Federation, the President Robert Lee Sr., Supervisor Darrell Peoples, along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Ghana. Introducing to you our judges, scoring this bout from ringside, from Alice, Texas, Ruben Garcia, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Chuck Jampa, and from Riverdale, New Jersey, Steve Weisfeld. Introducing to you at this time, a referee in charge of this bout, working in this his 54th world title bout, Mitch Halpern. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger. On my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing red and white striped trunks, and hailing from Fajardo, Puerto Rico. He weighed in at the junior lightweight limit of 130 pounds even, with a record of 45 wins, 5 losses. He has 30 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the former and two-time IBF junior lightweight world champion and tonight's challenger. Please welcome Juan John Molina. And his opponent across the ring, presenting the defending champion on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white, red, and green trunks, fighting out of La Colonia Boxing Club as the pride of Oxnard, California. He weighed in at a ready 129 1/2 pounds, undefeated in his campaign to the ring with 31 wins, no losses, 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the second defense of his title. Here is the defending and undefeated IBF Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, introducing Roberto Grandpa Garcia. Once again, the referee in charge, Mitch Halpern, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of championship boxing schedule.
All right, let's keep this fight clean. Protect yourself at all times and obey my commands at all times. Pay attention. Any questions? Touch gloves, good luck.
Mitch Halpern will ref Tyson Holyfield, won in '96. We take a look at Garcia. Very patient, smart, tries to figure out his opponent in no particular hurry. In sharp contrast, John Molina, well, he fights at a very energetic pace. He's gutsy. Both fighters here are very game, but the big difference, what does Molina, who hasn't fought in over a year, as we mentioned, what does this guy have left in the tank? One of the first things you notice, though, about Molina, although he is a lightweight, he's got the legs of a middleweight, very thick, could be very tough to get this guy off his feet.
Molina's a real competitor. He's going to come here to win this fight.
Yeah, John, there was one thing about John. He fights every fight. He's been slowing down, but he fights.
Another thing you notice here, Molina keeps his left hand down quite low. It's an inviting target. We'll see if Garcia can take advantage. He can't be too anxious. I'm sure he sees that it's right out in front of him, but that's generally not his style, over anxiousness. Garcia, a very gritty, resilient fighter, smart.
Let him up, don't punch,
Excuse me, Steve. I saw tapes of Garcia when he fought Ledone, and I'll tell you what, he really has good power, good patience, gets off the floor. He makes tremendous adjustments within 1 minute in that round.
Just about to say, he told us he just wasn't focused the first 2 rounds. He'd been out of the ring close to 8 months with promotional problems, but then he listened to his corner between rounds, made the proper adjustments, and came back to win with quite a barrage against the Cuban Ledone.
That was a brilliant fight on his part, because it looked like he didn't have a chance in the world to come back, and he did. He came back and knocked out Ledone. It was a terrific performance.
Molina has won 24 of his last 26. The 2 losses to De La Hoya and Mosley. He fights with pride and passion, always ready. Good energy level.
2 losses that are not the shabby names.
Yeah. Big time name.
And very courageous against Mosley, and some people thought he beat De La Hoya.
Well, right here, he's doing all the fighting. I mean, he's doing all the punching. I mean, nothing's happening, but he's doing it all.
Well, he's got experience, smarts, power. Molina wearing the colors of Puerto Rico on his trunks. Very unorthodox. He'll wrestle you, grab you, headbutt you. Just what he did against De La Hoya. I guess the best strategy is to wrestle back. Don't look for help from the referee. He's just not an easy guy to fight, no matter how old he is.
Right now, I think that the experience factor that Molina has is kind of a little telling. He's a little more comfortable in there. It's a, it's a high stakes type of fight with a world title on the line. Garcia, the younger guy, even though he's the champion, doesn't have the experience. I'm going to be very curious to see how Garcia comes out in the second round.
Garcia is sort of an old 23. He started boxing, he told me, when he was 5, and he got the moniker Grandpa, and it just stuck. He has a couple of kids.
I wonder if he can find an opponent at 5.
Yeah.
Who would you find?
Somebody preferably very short.
Yeah. I tell you what, the 2 or 3 punches that Garcia threw to the body were very hard punches. I mean, he sat down on a punch and really punched hard. But he's been out-punched 3 or 4 or 5 to 1 by Molina.
Molina also losing to Lupe Suarez and twice to Tony the Tiger Lopez.
Ese talento para ti, hijo. Talento, mijo. Talento para ti. Más trabájalo vivo. No se ansíe mucho, que no tenga muchas ganas de noquear.
He says you're taking too many punches.
Muy vivito, ¿dónde está el agua?
And just getting the water prepared for him. He's not saying anything.
La cubeta, arrímala para acá para que escupa.
Nothing going on in that corner. Apparently they're satisfied.
Arrima la cubeta.
Muy pendiente, ¿ok?
Está bien, es tuyo, es tuyo.
¿Cómo tú vas a dar
Oh, bueno.
They love it. They love it. It was very good. You won the round. Everybody seems satisfied in that corner. So 2 corners that are very satisfied how the first round went by. But I gave it to John Molina.
Well, Molina was the aggressive pursuer in round 1. Not that many punches connected.
Molina still outworked him and outlanded, and it's just that simple.
Exactly, as we enter into round 2. Now, as mentioned, Garcia, a very smart, patient guy. He waits for the opening, but is he being a little too patient here?
Right now, I think, Steve, part of the problem is he's trying to lead with big shots and big counters, and he's not setting anything up with a jab. It seems a little tight.
Well, I've seen him on a couple of occasions. Sometimes he just lays back, waits for the right moment, as he did in his last fight. He got off to that slow start. And things beginning to open up here a little bit. Good right cross by Garcia.
He landed a real good left hook in the counter right hand. Molina missed 4 or 5 consecutive recounters, and he seems to be finding the range a little more this round, Garcia.
And much harder, and much harder. It looks like he's going for a knockout early. He looks like what he puts in is really hard punching, whereas John puts in those searching punches, looking for somebody, but not hard.
Garcia, realizing the importance of this fight, knows that everyone knows the name John Molina. He says at the end of this fight, they'll know the name Roberto Garcia.
Good action fighting right in the middle of the ring. Good. One, they are bumping heads. Neither man wanting to take a step back, both of them winging away from where they're at. But the harder punches are coming from Garcia.
Molina the busier of the two, but Garcia economical, and those punches landing. Beautiful left hooks, doubling up by Garcia. Another left hook by Garcia, landing to the chin of Molina.
Garcia said in the meetings, too, that he admires Molina very much and thinks he's by far the best that he's faced.
He's very classy and respectful. Garcia disciplined. And Molina also a very classy guy, good family man. That right uppercut just missed by Garcia.
Garcia's keeping a pretty tight defense, too. He doesn't want to let any of those wild shots come through. So he's got heavy hands. He does load up from time to time.
Garcia knows the importance of this fight. He also knows how dangerous this game is. Therefore, he wants to get out in a few years and wants to become a police officer. Goes from one danger spot into another.
Oh, am I glad he picked a safe profession to get out of after he leaves the ring.
Instead of getting punched at, he wants to get shot at.
That's right. Whoa.
Fighter's logic, who could tell?
He's a brave kid. Oh, a low blow there by Garcia.
It didn't seem to affect John. John much more serious in answer to Bobby's question. What's he going to do in the second round? He came out and punched very hard in the second round. That's what he's going to do. He came out and punched.
Well, coming up next, the main event. Tyson Botha into the dressing room of Francois Botha. He said he closely studied the tapes of Holyfield Tyson, will look to emulate Holyfield's strategy, saying the key to beating Tyson is to stand up to his bully tactics. Said that Tyson can't fight going backwards to tie him up. He has to counterpunch instead of backpedaling to the rope. You got to hit Tyson and not stand directly in front of him or close in. He feels a major advantage is that he's been active all year as opposed to Tyson, who he says hasn't been training all year because he's been in court getting his license back. But keep in mind, while Tyson's been inactive, Botha has fought only 2 rounds in the last year, coming off a pair of first-round knockouts. Tyson Botha up next here at the MGM Grand Garden. The arena is filling up. The fans are settling in as they watch this prelim, but they are here specifically to see Tyson in his return.
Prelim, but championship match.
Yeah, this is for the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship. We head into round 3.
I never thought I'd see the day when preliminaries would comprise of nothing but championship fights. That's depressing.
Well, it seems like almost every fight is a championship fight these days.
Well, this is good quality.
Yeah, this is good quality. But a lot of them are diluted.
Yeah, but this is good.
In the first round, Molina came out. I thought he won the round. Garcia went back, made some adjustments. I thought he snuck out the second round. Now, Molina has made a statement in the dress rooms and with the meetings that no matter what Garcia does, he can adjust and do what it takes to win. Now let's see what adjustments he's made for the third round.
Well, quite a fast pace the first 2 minutes of the previous round in front of an appreciative crowd here at the MGM Grand. Garcia looking to land with that short, crisp left hook.
And at the same token, protecting himself, he's got a pretty good defense. He keeps his gloves up tight up against his face. He's not getting hit by much.
But he can take a punch, and he's not that easy to hit. In great shape. Solid, tough, gutsy fighter, Garcia, in the white trunks with the red and green trim. He's from Oxnard, California, the home of Fernando Vargas. Molina out of Fajardo, Puerto Rico.
Well, I haven't seen him throw his uppercut yet. They say he's got a hard uppercut, but he hadn't thrown it in two rounds, and there went. I just
Molina spent a lot of the early part of the round going to the body, coming back to the body, maybe trying to take some of the extra strength out of Garcia's upper body.
He's got a sneaky uppercut. People say it takes your head off, so let's see what happens.
Garcia is starting to tee off more here, but again, Molina just stands right in. There's a good left hook by Garcia to the chin of Molina. Molina comes back with a combination, but not much damage.
I was trying to show more spirit, you know. Oh, nice punch by Molina.
Here's that left hook again by Garcia that pushes Molina back.
Boy, left hook and right hand. Molina ducked a little too low and looked like he was staggered. I don't think that was the case.
Yeah, it looked like he was buckling there for a second, but he went down awfully low, really bent the knee.
Oh, blood on the right brow of Garcia.
Yes, but a left hook off the head of Molina by Garcia, undaunted by the blood. As Mitch Halpern takes a good close look at it.
Oh, nice shots.
Not sure if it was from a clash of heads or a shot by Molina. Look at this furious exchange, but it's all Garcia. Garcia really letting it fly.
I'll tell you what, Garcia landed some good clean shots. Molina's chin is still there.
Wow, that was hard punching by Molina. He must have felt the blood because he's come on to finish this thing. But Molina's still here. Good action. Excellent action.
La misma poquito, es la misma. ¿Es la misma? Es la mismita. No le hace. Cabo está fuera la cortada, no es.
He says outside is nothing.
No está dentro, no está dentro la cortada.
It's not on the inside of the eyes, no problem.
Tira esta agua aquí, mijo.
It's on the outside of his brow.
Tírala aquí.
Doctor, take a look.
Trae la vaselina.
He just said, don't lose your head. The cut's nothing. Don't lose your head. Meaning that punch out that he had in the middle of the ring there.
No pierda la cabeza.
Don't blow your nose.
Él está bien.
Okay, Chuck. Él está bien, eso no es nada. Él está bien, eso no es nada.
Chuck Botha, the man with all the crazy head do's and head space for rent for advertising. He's taking care of the cuts, and he's very good at it. Been at it for a century or so, maybe 2 centuries.
Well, Roberto Garcia connected with the best punches in round 3, but he is the one with the cut by his right eye. What do you think? Is that the kind of cut that blood would come into the eye or outside?
No, outside. No problem. No problema. You might see a lot of blood, but it won't be a problem to stop the fight. He won't stop it off that. On the other hand, the big punches were taken by Molina to see how long this old guy can take these punches.
Molina right now seems to be wanting to keep a quicker pace than does Garcia, who's the bigger puncher. He wants to take his time setting his punches. Molina, to a great degree, is not letting him.
Well, maybe Molina knows something we don't know, that he can't go into those late rounds and have any pep left, and he wants to finish it now, or establish a lead now, which he has not done.
Garcia with the blood streaking down the outer portion of the right eye. Again, does not seem to be hindering him. Ooh, low blow there by Molina.
And a good hook by Molina. And an uppercut by Molina.
Nice counter combinations, right uppercut and left hook by Garcia. Molina, though, he just keeps coming. He's one of those guys that will just keep jumping back in your face. Sometimes annoying, sometimes also very effective.
And he doesn't care because he can take a punch as well. He just won't go easily. He'll stand right in there and slug it out. Loves those street brawls.
Oh, he's one of those guys who will never go gently into that good night. Not Molina.
He has been down but never knocked out. Had a few cuts himself. Knocked down by Shane Mosey at the end of round 7. Left jab caught Molina coming in. Molina disputed it.
Well, he sure is tough.
And Garcia just loading up with that half hook, half uppercut with the left. Combination to the head by Garcia, countering right hook by Molina. With the nearly clashed heads there.
Both throwing right hands almost banged head to head.
Snappy right, straight right by Garcia to the face of Molina. He's going to have more power behind those punches to nail Molina. It's going to take a lot.
Molina's not working him. He's getting hammered, but he is working really hard. And as Bobby pointed out, I don't know what it is. These early rounds, he's going very fast. I mean, he's working very fast.
He may be winning those judges over.
Yeah, he may well be, because he's working so hard. Of course, he's getting hammered while he's doing all that work.
Nice double left hook by Garcia, lands. Garcia still kind of intent on working that body of Garcia.
Now Garcia going upstairs in the final seconds of round 4. Left uppercut by Garcia. Garcia pushing Molina back, but just for a second with a straight right hand. This Molina won't budge.
¿Qué condición? Toma, lávale. Saca el agua luego. Tome agua, agarre el agua. Échala para acá. Arrímala.
Ay, hold it. Bonito sin médico. Sí. Bien. Claro.
No.
Bien.
No problem. Don't worry about the cut. No problem.
Muy bien, ¿el 5 ya?
Sí. Así lléveselo, así lléveselo.
He says the 5th round already.
Pero tienes el gancho de la quijada. Arréglate con él para que se lo pegues, porque él se jala poquito.
Sí, pero agárrelo con rapidez.
Tiras cortito.
Let's take a look at that very, very slowly. You might see where this thing took place. Well, it's hard to...
Looked like there was a little grazing of his head to his eye there.
Not much. Let's see. They spin around now, and... Yeah. It might be a trick.
Could have been that good left hook. There was some blood coming out of the nose of Garcia in the corner, too.
They told him in the previous round not to blow his nose, and sometimes that's an indication that you think it's broken.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, it's a straight right hand by Roberto Garcia, followed up by a left hook to the neck. But Molina just stands right in there and tries to answer back. But, whoa, Garcia getting busy. Look at these shots to the ribs.
He's starting to miss some of those big ones, too, and that can become very...
He missed with that one. A right hook by Roberto Garcia.
Made a liner out of me right there. What a nice right hand.
Amazing chin and guts by Molina.
Wow, he stands there and takes what are bombs. They would have knocked anybody out. Wow, what a combination of punches.
And punches being blocked nicely by Garcia. Well, that's got to take some steam out of Molina. That last flurry by Roberto Garcia.
Well, it's the accumulation of punches that should take the steam out of him. He's looks like he's arm weary. He looks like he's throwing spaghetti punches. He's got nothing on those punches.
He's trying to still work the body a little more than I would have thought. He sees something or thinks something about Garcia's body that maybe we don't know.
Again, Molina very busy, but not much is getting through. Garcia very economical, and his punches are connected. And they're powerful. There's a good straight right hand that got between the gloves of Garcia by Molina.
Yeah, first clean landed combination in a very, very long time.
But back comes Garcia with a gorgeous right. And that nailed the left jaw of Molina. Molina missing that one as he steps back.
You can see when Garcia throws that right hand, he hangs it out there. He throws it.
Yeah, and usually sets it up with a good left hook, and you can see it in his eyes when he's going to throw it. Again, with a warning for the hit.
Molina there being the ultimate gentleman.
Garcia, such an intelligent fighter, always comes in with a game plan. Got off to a bit of a rugged start, but he has come back strong here. Still, that blood, the cut's opened up around the right eye of Garcia. The blood streaking down again. The cut was open at the 2-minute mark of round 3.
Molina considerably slowed over the last 2 rounds and punching very weakly.
A belting overhand right by Garcia. Comes back with a straight right. Now a combination. That backs up the head of Molina. What a vicious blow by Garcia, but Molina is amazing.
He hurt Molina. Molina refuses to back off.
Just keeps coming forward as if it's nothing.
Keep what up? What is he talking about?
Another big round for Roberto Garcia, the IBF junior lightweight champion.
What a beating Molina is taking.
Te dieron cuántos golpes ahí, está cogiendo el gesto derecho. Por encima del jab, te está dando gesto derecho, ¿ok?
He's saying here, he's hitting you with the right hand. Throw a left over the right. The guy is hitting you with every right hand he throws. Throw your left over the right. Don't get so careless. What are you doing? If you're tired, suck it up. All right, let's take a look at this early in the round. Is that right hand? Look at that hammering shot that just recoils back Molina, and then comes the combinations. This boy looks like he's headed for a knockout.
Garcia's got tremendous power. There's a nice right hand on left underneath, another left, and this right hand in the middle. That really staggered. Look at Molina's legs. They're a little rubbery.
Yeah, he did a little dance there. A little tiny indication that the short circuits were going on in his brain. Boy, oh boy, is he taking some kind of shellacking.
Round 6, it seems as though John Molina has only one gear, and that's forward, but he is taking some punishment as he pursues Roberto Garcia.
And he's still showing a lot of bounce and a lot of energy, a lot of spring in his legs. He's not the big puncher here, but he's still showing a lot of energy.
Well, the top half of him may be going away, but the bottom half is still working. But he's got pretty good sized legs. He's pretty strong as far as his legs. So.
Yeah, we mentioned that at the outset. That's one of the reasons so difficult to cut him down.
Yeah, us fellas with those big legs, we kind of tend to stand there a lot.
And take beatings.
Unfortunately, that's the truth.
Bobby Ches would know.
Oh, yeah.
And Garcia with the jab. Going back to some boxing technique here.
Garcia switched to southpaw right now.
Yeah, he had.
That's something new.
Trying to confuse Molina a little more, as if he doesn't have the upper hand already.
As if it wasn't bad news enough. I don't agree with that. I never agree with a guy that's winning a fight doing great one-way changing. What for? He's doing great.
Yeah, I'm not going to agree with that move either, and we'll see. Maybe he's got something we're not aware of, but I like him much better as an orthodox fighter.
He's still fighting southpaw now. Is he stepping over the line here? Now he switches back to right hand. Conventional. Digs in with a left hook to the body of Molina.
And to the head. I mean, you know, when he throws, it just seems to be connected with the next punch. That's what a good combination is, a series of punches.
Pace has slowed a little bit. Molina throwing a few more, but not being all that effective.
Nor strong. Punches nothing.
Southpaw again. Maybe he's hurt the right hand. You know a little something about that, too.
Nice job by Chuck Bodak in that corner of Garcia.
Well, keep it up. Watch his hands. Watch his hands. Come on.
I cannot imagine why he switches around.
Not nearly as an effective round for Garcia.
There he is again. Southpaw. Garcia getting a few of those left hooks into the midsection. Good left hook to the jaw of Molina. Molina snaps his head back and comes forward.
Nice counter overhand left. Not doing bad from the southpaw side right now.
Straight right hand by Molina, countering left hook by Garcia. And look at this combination.
Left uppercut
Garcia.
and right hook as a southpaw. Beautiful.
Now he's sort of confusing Mr. Molina. Molina doesn't know where he is. He's getting turned every which way.
He's getting hit from every side.
Right
Every time Garcia gives him an angle, he can throw 2 or 3 punches from there and move on. Boy, what a workmanlike job of chopping up a fighter.
This is a clinic by Garcia, particularly with the left hooks.
Así salgamos, no se apure. No se apure. Dámelo ahí, échame esta botella. No se apure, no se preocupe. Si no hay knockout, no le hace.
And if it's don't be in a hurry. If there's no knockout, don't worry about it.
También por decisión es bonito ganar. Enseña un
It's just as good to win by decision. Don't worry about it. Now let's take a look at a man who is not thinking about a decision, but is thinking. Oh, look at the shot to the jaw of Molina and how his head curls around, and back comes Garcia. No mercy.
One more look as a southpaw is using that jab as a feeler. Throws a nice left uppercut and a right hook. And I'll tell you what, as a southpaw, he still has the same power. I still like him better as an orthodox fighter, but very effective in that sequence as a southpaw.
Coming in a long and storied career for the challenger, John Molina, and there was some of the finest lightweights of his generation. De La Hoya, Mosley, Tony Lopez. No real major names on the record of Garcia, and it may be about time for a unification fight if he holds on here tonight.
Still coming out as a southpaw. He's maintaining a southpaw stance.
They didn't tell him anything in the corner about his left hand. They didn't even say.
The TiVo online scoring at the halfway mark. Garcia in command.
We all concur.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've never agreed with this many people this often.
About anything. About anything.
So at the halfway mark, Molina continues to come forward, but Garcia continues to be able to spin him around with his ring generalship.
Nice body shot by Molina a minute ago, and Garcia has flipped back to the orthodox stance.
And castigated him for that shot because he gave him some big shots in return.
Oh, look, straight right hand by Garcia, right on the face.
Well, Molina's going to set some kind of record for toughness here. Not since Jake LaMotta has seen a guy take such clean shots from a heavy puncher.
Ray, you didn't get me down. The words of Jake LaMotta.
As he lost 4 out of 5 fights.
Step back easy.
You guys feel that whiff of air off that missed left hook?
Cool air, too. Not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
Oh, that wasn't a miss. What a right hand by Garcia, followed up by the left, and Molina just stands in there.
He looked a little bit of trouble. Looked like a little bit of trouble there.
Inviting Garcia in for more.
You know, if you watch that sequence again, I hope we can get it for slow motion. Garcia drops his right foot out, shifts his leverage, and fires a beautiful roundhouse right that hits Molina. And I'll tell you, I don't know what kept him up.
Well, as mentioned before, Molina keeps his left hand down awfully low, and Garcia's taking advantage.
What he's doing good is giving him different angles and punching off the angles. When you can move around and then shoot a punch off moving around, that's when you catch a guy and those are hard.
The left hook festival by Roberto Garcia. The right ain't too bad either. But he goes for the knockout with the left hook. That's his M.O.
I'm surprised this corner already at this point says don't try to knock him out. A decision's just as pretty as a knockout. Well, he's right in the middle of the fight and he's killing a guy. I don't know why you wouldn't say, listen, finish him off. Let's get out of here. Let's go home. Let's see the next fight.
And make it 32-0. He's 31-0 with 24 knockouts. This is his second title defense, Garcia. Molina 45-5 with 30 knockouts. 11-4 in world title fights.
We're going to watch Garcia. He drops his right foot out, pivots back, and then fires that right hand around. And you watch him catch John Molina so clean. He steps that foot out, there it is, and the hip swings right. It's beautiful. And he gets him a little staggered. You see the legs out, and he follows it up. You'll see some more punches inside, ending with a good left hook. But you see how he shifts his legs, gets his weight behind him, and turns into some terrific punches. Beautiful shot.
That's what you call a pretty combination of punches. He says throw more left hooks. They're hurting him, but don't take so many punches. That's a nice instruction. What can you say? What can you say to this guy?
As we enter round 8, round 7, another solid one for the undefeated Garcia, and a painful one for the former two-time world champ John Molina. How about Garcia versus undefeated WBC 130-pound champ Floyd Mayweather?
Oh boy, those are dream fights.
I'll tell you, that's the type of fight that you'd pay good money to see.
That's a dream fight.
Terrific speed, terrific power, good solid chins, great ability. Mayweather also a terrific talent.
Well, he can move up, fight Mosley. He can move down, fight a guy named Prince Nassim Hamed, but you got to get online for a fight with the Prince these days.
Or he could pay attention to this fight and fight 5 more rounds and win before he starts counting on who the heck he's going to fight, because this ain't over. You got your John Molina in front of you, and he seems to be inhuman in taking punches.
He has been a human wall here in this particular fight. Round 8 with about a minute gone by. But Garcia just continues to pepper away.
To wail away at the wall, making it a wailing.
If you look at Molina's face, it's not that bruised up. You don't see that much in the way of damage. Swelling, cuts, bruises. You really don't see it. And once again, Garcia is a southpaw.
Oh, he stepped on his foot.
And that's a southpaw. That's a southpaw. That's what he gets for being southpaw.
Yeah, that was Molina who stepped on the foot of Garcia, who went stumbling into the ropes.
I sure wish somebody in the corner would explain why in the world he's going left-handed when he's doing so beautifully.
Wherever he turns, it's a member of the family. He's got Eduardo, his father, and Danny, his brother, in the corner there, a family affair. Here's a straight left jab, nicely done by Molina, getting between the gloves of Garcia, but just not enough pop.
Once again, back to righty. He seems more comfortable as a righty. He's done more damage as a righty. It really doesn't make too much sense to me to switch over to southpaw.
No, it just made Molina brave here. Here comes Molina, looking like he found a little gas from someplace.
Molina bouncing around on the balls of his feet.
Nice left hook to the body by Molina, laying it squarely in the solar plexus. Garcia, but no follow.
One and done for the Puerto Rican, John Molina. And Molina trying to go to the body. That one an arm block by Molina.
Oh, another beautiful right hand.
Whoa. Straight right on the nose by Garcia, literally.
My neck is starting to hurt just watching this.
I mean, his head spins around. I mean, it's incredible to take that.
Terrific shot, Freddie.
A pretty sidestep move there by Roberto Garcia, finishing up with a left hook, then a straight right. Another left hook to the face by Garcia.
You know, his punches are so hard, much like... I'll tell you, it's incredible.
Let's go over to Bill Boggs. Bill?
Here on the first row ringside, watching the action, one of the towering figures of the 20th century, the greatest Muhammad Ali, the man who went to the mountain against Sonny Liston, George Foreman, Leon Spinks to become the first man ever to win the World Heavyweight Championship 3 times. The greatest, Muhammad Ali, taking a rest between rounds, just like the fighters, sensing that the action is about ready to begin and coming back. Hello to Muhammad Ali, the greatest. He is here in support of Mike Tyson, waiting just like the rest of us are for Tyson to enter the ring. There is the greatest, Muhammad Ali. Eyes brightening as the crowd sees him. The man who has always received the cheers, the greatest, Muhammad Ali. Back to you, Steve.
When Tyson and Botha weighed in on Thursday, the biggest hand of the day went to Muhammad Ali as he came slowly down the aisle up to the stage and gave Tyson a kiss.
Oh, he always gets the biggest hand, doesn't he?
That's the way it'll be till the end.
Had a prepared statement in support of Mike Tyson. Tyson Botha coming up after this one. Round 9, 2:40 left.
You know, much like we saw in the fight with Vargas and Taki, Taki threw a lot of pity-pat punches, and not even that many to be real effective, but the big power that Vargas had, same as the effects here by Garcia, just winning the fight.
Yeah, and he is at right at that mathematical point. He's only got 4 rounds left, and I don't think he can catch up.
It's not looking good.
Garcia has been down on 2 occasions versus Derek Gainer 3 years ago. Came back to win. Down to the second, as mentioned, his last fight against Ramon Leydon off a solid straight left, and he came back to win with a 5th round.
That was a really clean, crisp knockdown, Steve, and he got up and he showed what he was made of. I'll tell you, what a great knockdown that was.
Here comes Molina with a couple of shots, combinations to the head, but doing not much damage.
That was 3 straight right hands to the head, and it encouraged him to come on.
Molina's won the first half of this round.
Believe me, Garcia stopped fighting.
Here comes Molina
twice
again.
in the head, and then the third sort of made him blink, and now he's starting to fight.
It doesn't seem to be having all that much effect on Garcia, but Molina continues to be busy. He's scoring more than he had been. There's a beautiful left hook again.
You know what I was just going to say is Garcia always unloads with 2 or 3 big shots just to remind Molina not to get too brave, and he hadn't done it for quite a while. Molina winning this round right now.
That last one made Molina wince. Let's see if Garcia can come back and score and take this round away.
Well, you got a whole minute. A whole minute is a lot of fighting.
There's a straight right hand. It's a good start.
There's
another right hook.
There's another one.
That one was blocked, though, by Molina. A lot of head movement by Molina, but he's getting tagged. Regardless, left hook there, a grazing blow by Garcia. Now
Nice
a
right
right
hand
hook.
Nice right hand by Molina as they heat up, but he just doesn't have the power to hurt Garcia.
Garcia lands again with a left hook to the head.
By the time you got that out of your mouth, the guy had gotten hit 3 or 4 counter punches. I mean, that was that fast.
That's part of the problem.
And Garcia is coming back to take this round. Finishing strong in the final minute of round 9. There's another right hand by Garcia. And these shots are all landing as Molina just refuses to raise that left hand in defense. So Garcia finishing strong, as mentioned. Coming up next, a reminder, Tyson Botha. And a la Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the door is closed to Mike Tyson's dressing room as he gets ready behind closed doors for his latest comeback fight, meeting Francois Botha. It's interesting, while Tyson told me he intended to make fast work of Botha, his trainer Tommy Brooks said he wants Tyson to wear down his opponents methodically, working on the jab and movement instead of the quick one-punch knockout. Brooks, like many, feel Tyson is no longer the bully who used to instill fear in opponents. We'll see exactly what happens when Mike Tyson shows up. The arena looks filled up here at the MGM Grand in anticipation of the main event.
You don't see many seats here. I don't see any empty seats. I'm looking all the way around. I usually see some upper sections. They're all filled.
And it does look like a capacity crowd. Round 10.
It goes to prove you need a name and excitement that Tyson brings to bring one of these great evenings to boxing.
You know, and earlier in the week they talked about there was only an $8 million gate as opposed to a normal $12 or $13 million gate of Mike Tyson. as if it was a failure when no one else can generate that kind of money.
Yeah.
He has the standard by which to compare everything.
The TiVo online scoring, 6-3 Garcia.
Yeah.
And that left hook by Molina was blocked by Garcia. Got the glove up there. Good defense here by Garcia. In excellent shape. Well, Molina told us he trains for 12, not looking for the knockout. He's the type of fighter, he says, finds faults with his opponent, but can't find too many with Garcia here tonight. He cannot solve Garcia as this fight goes on. He's going to desperately need a knockout to win this fight. John Molina way behind.
Well, if John is to go into retirement following a fight like this, he can take with him the satisfaction that nobody knocked him off his feet at the end, and because this guy should have knocked him out. He just very, very, very strong.
He told us he's not nearly through yet. He's still got plenty to offer, said Molina. He had only one fight in '98.
Sure got plenty of toughness left over. That I'll guarantee you.
Offensively, though, a different story, especially when he gets in there with somebody the caliber of Roberto Garcia. Even that love tap scored by Garcia.
But you know what? I think John could go a few more years. I mean, he's a very good fighter. He just takes a lot of punches. This kid is just better. But there's a whole load of people he can fight to beat. A whole load.
He's always in the gym training hard. He told us he plans to fight a couple more years. Still bouncing around here in round 10. Molina, he's in unbelievable shape.
He is. He's doing all the fighting here. Looks like he's ahead.
On his bike.
He's fresh. He looks. The other guy looks weary.
He just
looks weary.
Just can't score. Now he's making Garcia miss with more frequency.
He's doing a lot of real nice movement, but not that much scoring.
Yeah, he's looking good superficial. He's not putting any hurt on them.
Is this sort of posturing?
Well, he's winning the round, though. And God knows he needs it. I mean, he needs all the help he can get. Look at this.
See if Garcia can finish with one of his patented left hooks and remind Mr. Molina about it. Well, he got a little one in there.
Here, take this back to remember me, guys.
Te quiere contragolpear. No te dejes, no lo sigas con confianza, sigue con las manos abajo. Y no le tires, cuando quieras seguir, síguelo.
He said if you want to follow him, don't let him punch you. Start moving around. What are you slowing down for?
Pero no es, te quiere contragolpear él.
He wants to counterpunch you. Boy, Garcia looks tired.
Te quiere contragolpear. Nomás sintialo y encuéntralo.
Two more rounds. Let's go.
No lo sigas tan abierto.
Don't chase him so openly. I mean, keep your guard up. Punch. This fight is yours. It's yours. Now let's see here. 6 minutes only. Take these 6 minutes. We got a chance. 6 minutes of hell.
Double duty for the fight doctor with two Spanish-speaking corners. Round 11, the championship rounds. This for the IBF junior lightweight title. Roberto Garcia well ahead of the former two-time world champion John Molina at 33, 10 years the senior.
But Molina looking fresher. Molina looking like he's enjoying this right now, and the other guy looking very tired. Not discouraged, just tired. I mean, he's done everything he could. You can't put this guy out.
And they have kept that cut nicely under control since round 3. Chuck Bodak, the cut man in Garcia's corner.
Little Ali shuffle there by Molina, half speed.
Still, to do anything like that, Bobby, after taking a hammering like he's taking.
He's jumping around, showing a lot of energy. Should actually take some of that energy and use it through his fists.
Nice athlete, John Molina. I hope he doesn't retire. I hope he does fight a couple more years. This just happens to be one where he's against a guy that's better than he is.
He's just outgunned right now. I have it 7 rounds to 3 after 10. Excellent. And I haven't passed the point of no return. He can't win a decision.
Molina, his first world title, the WBO junior lightweight belt, 89, a decision over terrific fighter, Juan Laporte in San Juan, his second world title, IBF, about 6 months later, avenging an earlier defeat to Tony Lopez in Lopez's hometown of Sacramento, a 10th round TKO. Made one defense, a 6th round TKO over Lupe Suarez, then lost in his third fight with Tony Lopez in 1990. He regained the IBF
low.
You okay? You okay? I'm all right. All right, you sure? Ready to go. Okay, get in that corner, get in that corner.
Garcia says he's all right.
When you gotta go, keep those punches up, okay? Let's go. You okay? Go.
Mitch Halpern, who refereed Tyson Holyfield 1, scheduled to ref the rematch in 97. Tyson's camp protested. Halpern stepped away. Mills Lane got the call. The rest, as they say, is history.
Best thing never happened to Mitch Halpern was he wasn't part of that.
Oh, man. And also to Mills Lane, who recently retired as a ref to pursue his burgeoning television career.
And I, for one, will miss him. I love that guy. And I think he's just a great personality and good referee.
He was a class act, a good gentleman, and he was an excellent referee.
He is a judge, and that alone you should admire.
Under 40 seconds in round 11. That the cut beginning to open up a tad now. A little blood. Off the right eye of Garcia. Smacking straight right hand by Garcia. Landed to the face of Molina. Blocked nicely by the left arm of Molina there. But even those shots have to hurt. There's some power behind those shots. Right off the arms.
Nice stiff jab. Garcia's now working a straight jab, followed by the right hand. But he's stuffing a long jab out there.
Well, blood also coming from the nose of Garcia. Well, he looks like the beaten guy, but he's well ahead.
Molina's cheering like if he was ahead.
Yeah. Throwing that fist in the air.
Well, there's an old wonderful boxing action that says, look like a winner, just in case.
Last round, cut up. Last round.
Yeah. Okay. No hay problema, no hay problema. No, no la arriesgues. Ya está hecha. Dame agua. Dame agua. Ahí la lleva, ahí la lleva.
Así como te mueves mucho la cintura, no more water. Si no mueves la cintura, él te tira mucho. Si la mueves ya no.
Here is a low blow, which was unintentional, obviously, but not even that low. It was right at the belt line, below the belt line, though, and so. Didn't help. Didn't hurt anybody. Didn't help anybody. And Garcia took the round.
Ones that are right there, not too bad, but the ones that go real low, they really hurt.
You got it. All we need to do is win this round, they said. A bit of whimsy.
Molina's corner.
Yeah.
Maybe they're confused.
Garcia 3-0 in fights that go the distance. His last one was March of '98, the victory over Harold Warren, and Molina 3 up, 3 down in fights that go the full 12. The last was the loss to Oscar De La Hoya in February '95, 4 years ago. This for the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship. All Garcia has to do here, presumably, is stay away.
Don't punch.
He's got it.
I find it odd that Molina's corner, so all you have to do is win this round.
Incredible sometimes. Look out. Molina putting Garcia down with a straight right. Garcia with a flash knockdown. This is just like that last fight. Did we just have something like this? Wild.
7. Hey, you okay?
That looked like a legit knockdown, but he can't believe it.
It was a balance shot, but a punch on the balance.
That's the third time he's gone down in his career. Roberto Garcia well ahead on the cards, yet he is floored by Molina here in the final round.
So the best he can do here is fight like heck to win the round and hope to end up with an even round.
Yeah. And what we just say, best thing for him to do is stay away. He didn't listen.
Well, if he'd have been home, he could have listened to you.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Even if Garcia would come back and win the whole rest of the round, it would be 9-8. Don't lose by a point.
If the scoring is right, Bobby. If.
There's a whole lot of ifs.
Yeah, because once he went down, if his last 3 or 4 rounds were been given to him because he was doing pretty good, Molina, then the scoring is going to be complicated. It ain't going to be so easy. I got him so far. Look at his eyes completely closed as Garcia's. It's as if you want to say, when did that happen?
Chuck Giampa of Las Vegas, Ruben Garcia of Texas, Steve Weisfeld of New Jersey, the three judges. Garcia down 42 seconds into round 12. The only knockdown of the fight, 50 seconds remaining. And you have to wonder what Garcia is thinking. Why is he standing in there on the inside and slugging away with Molina?
It's almost a repeat of the Vargas-Taki fight. Vargas goes down late with a balance shot from Taki, although he had won enough rounds. I think the same thing applies here. Garcia's way ahead.
Unless for some reason in his mind he thinks he's not.
Well, he's the one that looks like he's taking a beating. Molina looks nice and clean and fresh. And he's hammering Garcia.
Huge finish for the veteran John Molina.
Well, he's getting himself a nice 10-8 round.
Oh, a low blow by Garcia. As Molina crumbles to the canvas. Oh, brother, is he in agony.
I don't believe you can win the fight on the floor.
It's 4 seconds to go. He can take a whole minute if he wants. He's got 4 seconds to go.
If a fighter is hit below the belt and can't continue within 5 minutes, he loses. So he's got to get up within 5, or else he automatically loses. He's up.
When you're okay,
but not well.
When you're okay. Look at me, though. Look at me. Look at me. You okay? Okay, get in that corner. Get in that corner. That's a low blow. That's your first one. All right, keep it up. I know you did. Okay. Hey, you all right? Okay. Go.
And we continue on. The final seconds of the final round. And that's it. And then Molina, they clashed heads right at the end there. And, oh, my goodness, Molina collapses off the ropes. And he was caught by one of his cornermen at the last second.
They're asking for the chair. He's very woozy. He can't keep his feet. They got to get the chair up there.
There's such a crowd up there, Ferdy. They can't sneak the chair through.
He did it on purpose.
Now they finally get it through the ropes.
Beautiful work, Jimmy.
What a dramatic, compelling ending here to this fight. After Garcia seemed to be well ahead, he gets decked by this man. And now the...
it's kind of ironic. The warnings from Mitch Halpern were to Molina throughout the fight. One more low blow, one more low, and now all of a sudden one big low blow by the champion Garcia.
And then they seem to clash heads right at the bell.
Yeah, something happened to
Molina. And he went crumbling, and he was caught just before he hit the ground, and now he's up. He's okay.
Even giving him a 10-8 round, which I did, he still loses the fight. Molina, I have it 115, 112. What do you got, Bob?
Pretty much the same thing.
Well, how about this? Our fans voting in on our TiVo online scoring poll gave Molina the last 4 rounds.
If he gets the last 4 rounds and a 10-8 round, he still loses the fight, but it's much closer. And with Las Vegas judges, who knows?
Well, I don't know. After 9 rounds, they had it 6-3.
Well, it could be a split decision in favor of Garcia. I still think a unanimous decision. Boy, some kind of action.
Let's see if we can't see the knockdown. That would be interesting. Let's see what happens with a knockdown. A left, a right, over the chin, another left, another right behind the ear. Well, it's 4 punches and he went down. That's right. That's okay. That is a knockdown.
It was a legitimate knockdown.
No question about it. Now, Bob, blow. You take.
Here comes retaliation south of the border. A big shot that Garcia winds up with a hook and just fires it in there, and bang. See, that is a clear and clean low blow.
But it is a clear.
But he hadn't done it all day long. That was the only one the whole fight. Molina was warned 3 or 4 times, and Molina was never doing it on purpose.
Well, let's see what happened at the end of the fight. This we couldn't see, except he followed them into the rings. Let's watch their heads. Now watch their heads. Bang. That's just as much Molina's fault as it was Garcia's, maybe more so. He's bouncing off the ropes and coming back.
They both just were, coming in.
Slingshot. It was a slingshot.
Nobody's fault. That's toss the coin.
And we have to throw in the possibility of a draw in this fight.
We can throw any which way.
I still think that this guy pulled it out. Garcia. All right, let's find out as we hear from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing here at the MGM Grand, we have a unanimous decision as all 3 judges agree and score the bout exactly the same, 115 to 112. All three in favor of the winner. And still the IBF Junior Lightweight World Champion, Roberto Grandpa Garcia.
Well, Ferdy, I believe you hit it right on the head.
115, 112.
Yeah, that's how we had it. But, you know, we're a little more experienced in this sort of thing. Some things are a little less obvious to people at home. And the audience, they could just be partial by where they're born.
Roberto Garcia remains undefeated, retains the IBF Junior Lightweight title. His second defense improves to 32-0 as youth is served. So coming up next, Mike Tyson still behind closed doors. Somebody taking a little peek in there as he gets ready to take on Francois Botha in the return of Mike Tyson, our main event coming up. Once again, the Marvin Hagler treatment. And here's Francois Botha back in his dressing room. You'll recall balance was a major problem for Tyson against Holyfield, and well, Botha told us he is very cognizant of that and plans to take full advantage, saying he wants to tie Tyson up, backing him up, believing he can't fight in retreat. Tyson versus Botha next. As we finish up business from our last bout, let's take a look at the TiVo online scoring. And how do you like that? The fans at home saw it as a 6-6 draw.
But their 6-6 draw would give Molina the fight by the knockdown.
Yeah.
So let's make that clear for everybody.
And of course, if it had been a draw in reality, Garcia would have retained his title anyway. The online voting will continue at the start of our main event, Tyson versus Botha. So Tyson versus Botha, the return of Mike Tyson coming up next from Las Vegas. Is Francois Botha the latest designated sacrificial lamb? You'd be hard-pressed to find anybody outside of his inner circle who thinks Botha has a chance. You don't find too many sure bets in this town, but this is probably the exception. Let's go over to Bill Boggs. Bill?
That was big action with Alex Yemenigian, the president and COO of our MGM Grand. You're our official jovial host.
I think so. I think so.
And one of your jovial fans is with us, Mr. Drew Carey. Hey, Drew.
Hey, how you doing? Here with my good buddy Al.
Yeah. Now, since the last time we were together here, you won some money on the last fight. You placed a bet. What are you betting tonight?
I bet the over, 4.5 rounds.
So you see Tyson in 4.5 rounds?
Well, I see the fight going 4.5 rounds.
Oh, you just the pure over?
Yeah, that's the pure over. I don't care who wins, really.
Now, Alex,
what do you mean you don't care? Mike's going to win. What do you mean you don't care?
Okay, as long okay, whatever you say.
Now, you, of course, being in the casino business, never bet, right?
Absolutely not. But I got to tell you, we've bet a lot of money on just putting these events together, and that's what it's all about.
Well, you know, the last time we were
it's called investing. Yeah, not really. It's not betting for him. It's investing. It's commerce, capitalism.
Yeah, well, it's 18 months ago, the infamous ear bites. The last time we really talked on camera. Since then, the hotel has grown so much. I think you're approaching the California border.
Exactly. We actually bought all the hotels in the California border. Well, we're the city of entertainment. You know, we have zip codes all over the place. We're actually building a beautiful mansion with 29 villas. That opens April 15th, so for the next Tyson fight, we're going to have that here.
Oh, wait a second. You ready to check in?
Yeah, this place is so big you can't call room to room without getting the right area code. It's really unbelievable.
All right, now people at home are waiting to see the fight. A quick prediction?
Tyson in 6.
And Drew Carey?
As long as it goes over 4.5, I'm happy.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Back to Jim Hill.
All right, Bill, thank you very much. The main event, Tyson versus Botha, is coming up next. Mike Tyson hopes that tonight will be the very first successful step on the path to redemption, while Francois Botha plans to take advantage of this opportunity and play the role of spoiler. Our coverage will continue from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas in just a moment.
Showtime Event Television would like to give special thanks to just a partial listing of our regional promotion partners. Bodies in Motion, Domino's, Harley-Davidson, Pizza Hut, 24-Hour Fitness, Rally's Auto, Rocky's Auto, Tubby's Submarine. And we'd also like to thank our internet partner, Lycos, at www.lycos.com.
An estimated capacity crowd is settling into their seats in anticipation of tonight's main event. Mike Tyson is a 7-to-1 betting favorite here at the sports books, but no one can really be sure what to expect here tonight. And that certainty has fueled the excitement and anticipation. But remember, Tyson will enter the ring after a 19-month suspension and a 2-fight losing streak. One of the big weapons in Mike Tyson's arsenal was his intimidating manner. Many a fighter talked the talk, but when the moment came and they were staring across the ring at the freight train in the short pants about to bear down on them, all that talk somehow disappeared. Evander Holyfield practically disarmed Tyson by not succumbing to those tactics, as did Buster Douglas. In the months leading up to tonight's fight, Tyson has projected the confidence and even arrogance that were his trademarks as a champion. Botha claims he cannot be intimidated and plans to follow Holyfield's blueprint for victory.
Y'all guys know what I do. Y'all know what I do. I put people in body bags when I'm right. So we know what's going to happen.
I've never had any fear in me, and I believe that I can't be intimidated.
I never came in the ring trying to intimidate anybody. I just came in, presented myself, and whatever happened, if that happened. They choose to be intimidated, cool. Regardless of what happened, they're going to get hit eventually.
When I land, I know I'm getting it. I know with my power that I have to, that I can hit Mike and take him out.
My man beefing, we heard this 15 years. I've been doing this. We've been hearing this from different guys. We'll see. We'll see.
Mike is right there, and he can't fight going back. And that inside fighting, that is his game plan, and he wants his hands free, and once you tie him up, Mike can't do nothing.
And I know you guys don't think he's going to beat me. I know you don't think that. Regardless of my layoff, I know no one believes that.
I see Mike burning up most of his energy in the first few rounds because he wants that knockout. And then I see Mike slowing down after 3-4 rounds, slowing down. And then he's vulnerable.
People say anything, but the night the fight comes, I'm ready to rumble.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Tough talk from both fighters, from both Tyson and Botha. Now the time has come to back up those harsh words. Well, Emmanuel, what do you expect, first of all, from Tyson in the fight tonight?
I think Mike is going to come out fast. I think he's going to come out furious, trying to get the fight over as early as possible, because I think he realizes if the fight goes long, he's going to have a problem with Botha, because Botha's physically a big, strong man.
On the opposite side of that, what do you expect from Botha tonight? How will he counter that?
I think Botha is going to prepare himself to try to survive the early rounds. I think he's going to do everything he can to take the fight into the later rounds. But I don't know, in the heat of battle and both being heavyweights, things could get carried away and it could be wild and woolly.
Now, we can't let you get away without a prediction. You've got to give us one.
I make a prediction that Tyson wins within 4 rounds.
And it's going to be exciting.
I think it's going to be exciting. Regardless of what, Tyson is never going to be in a bad fight.
It's going to be exciting, like you say. Yeah, that's right. We are just moments away from the ring walks. So let's go to Jim Gray for a report from the dressing rooms. Jim.
All right, thank you, Jim. Well, the last time that Mike Tyson walked down this hallway, he permanently altered his reputation, not only as a fighter, but as a human being. 19 months later, he remains an enigma. He's a very complicated man, a complex mixture of rage, contradiction, talent, and confusion. Yet with all that has gone on with Mike Tyson, almost overlooked is his ability, or now lack of ability, to be an effective fighter. It has been more than 1.5 years since he has fought, and it has been more than 2.5 years since he has won a fight. Still, boxing seems so eager for Tyson's return, and I'm not sure why. Is it to revive a sport that seemingly is on life support? Or is it simply to satisfy the curiosity of the bizarre behavior which might occur next in the soap opera which has become Mike Tyson's life? Now, there are an awful lot of people who would like to see this guy pick himself up, to atone for his mistakes, to return to greatness, and to restore his abilities, to give us the thrills that he used to. Yet, on the other hand, there are an awful lot of folks who would have preferred that he'd never have been allowed to return. And now that he's back, they'd like to see him pummeled because they simply cannot get past their disgust in his past behavior. So whichever side you fall on with Mike Tyson, very few, if any, have brought us to our television sets for such a variety of reasons, all of which make Mike Tyson, whether you like him or whether you hate him, such a compelling figure. Steve?
All right, Jim, thank you. The audience here at the MGM Grand settling in for the main event. This is the reason they're here, the return of Tyson. Many folks understandably turned off by Tyson's erratic behavior in recent years and the days leading up to this fight. While this is not a title fight, it does have a unique feeling, almost a morbid curiosity, no doubt, because of the uncertainty. Well, whether Mike Tyson wants to admit it or not, this is probably the last chance to salvage his career. Obviously, there is much at stake, like a possible third megabucks fight with Evander Holyfield. But if this is the case, you wouldn't know it by talking to him. When I sat down with Tyson recently, there didn't seem to be any sense of urgency in his voice. He told me he's not looking to leave a legacy. He doesn't have big dreams. He said everything will eventually fall into place. He just wants to be himself. There have been several sides to Mike Tyson in this, his third go-around. While he seems focused and primed for the next chapter, it remains to be seen if his story will have a happy ending. All right, Ferdy, what kind of a test does Botha provide for Tyson?
A very good one, because he has fought for the title twice. He's a very big man. He's a very strong man. He can take a punch, and he is kind of fighting discombobulates you. This is kind of a test of Tyson's psyche. Is he going to get rattled? Is he going to get frustrated? Is he going to do something stupid? Or is he going to systematically take apart a man who is standing there to be punch hard?
Do you think Tyson, for lack of a better expression, still has the hunger? I mean, do you think he still has the heart?
I do. I'm one of the few that thinks he has a heart, and I think he has a hunger way beyond what he thinks he's got. He wants to be up there considered with the really great. He's not now considered with the really great, but he has an opportunity to put all this behind him and get back in there with the great figures. This is his first step. If he takes it well, then he's on the way to trying to recover that shattered reputation that he's left behind.
All right, back to Bobby Ches. Does Tyson look to simply walk through Francois Botha, or does he come in with a definitive game plan?
I think he comes in with a very specific strategy constructed by Tommy Brooks, but I think he'll also react to whatever Botha does, both good and bad.
We all know what Botha needs to do. Does he have the ability?
Well, you know, you can put anything down on paper. That's one of the great things about fighters. Everybody can be beat on paper, but do you have the skills, and can you put your skills to work that day against that fighter in that hour of that day? Well, you know, that's something else to be desired. I don't think Botha can do it, Steve. I really don't.
Will Botha look to intentionally foul Tyson, to disrupt him, to make him lose his cool?
Botha's not a dirty fighter. He's not a dirty fighter. He's a very straight-up, clean fighter. But in a high-pressure cooker with all this money involved, anything's possible.
Keys to victory for both fighters tonight.
Okay, Steve, well, I'll tell you what. It's very simple. Both men have to close the distance. Here, Tyson has to close the distance because of his lack of height. He wants to get in, slip punches. Here you'll see Frank Bruno. Mike's back to us. He'll slip punches, and then Mike does what he does best. Goes to the body with a right hand, a left hook to the head, and then he follows up with another of each as he gets inside on Frank Bruno. There's the slip, there's the right hand and the hook, and he works again with another hook and a right hand inside. Mike Tyson inside here is very key. His hands are still working. He has to keep his hands. He's closed the distance. Keep his hands free. His hands stay free. The uppercuts and hooks will immediately follow in bunches and bunches. That's Mike's style. Here he misses, but key, his hand is not tied up. He's free to punch. He'll eventually land, and when he does, you see the end and total destruction of Frank Bruno. For Botha, he has to close the distance a little bit too, but for different reasons. He wants to smother Mike Tyson's punches and then use his own. Stuff a good jab, a good straight right hand, and then also maybe work Mike's body because he's a shorter fighter, and then follow through with some uppercuts up the middle and hold Mike. On the inside, he must tie Mike up. Here against Axel Schultz, with his back to us, Francois Botha does close the gap. He lands a nice straight right down the middle, smothers Schultz's punches, throws some body shots, hooks and uppercuts inside, but he's consistently keeping both his hands from working. That's what he has to do to Mike. Again, the uppercut on the inside, but he has to consistently keep Mike's hands from moving, or he has no chance, Steve, to win at all.
And of course, that's Axel Schultz, a light hitting heavyweight. Now, an important sidebar to tonight. Tyson turned pro 14 years ago. For the last 13 of these years, 93% of his total career, Don King has been a prominent and significant part of his life. Now, the two, along with former co-managers Rory Holloway and John Horner, embroiled in a series of bitter and invective-filled lawsuits. Tyson has now surrounded himself with high-powered attorneys and accountants and trusts his affairs to well-known and respected boxing manager Shelley Finkel, officially called his advisor. And equally interesting, the addition of former Holyfield assistant trainer Tommy Brooks as chief trainer. Now, how will these changes affect Tyson? Will we see the difference in the ring tonight? He has certainly been far more accessible to fans and reporters in the last few weeks than in the past. Hasn't always been the nicest guy, but he has been more accessible. Has focus and stability finally come to Mike Tyson, or will he snap again? Admit it, that's a big reason some of you tuned in and why a portion of the people are here tonight. But no matter what Botha does to unnerve Tyson, I just can't see it happening again. There is simply too much at stake. And let us take a look at the White Buffalo. Francois Botha, who says the White Buffalo is not extinct, following the inspired effort in defeat versus Michael Moore, uninspired and lackluster efforts in victory versus two journeymen. His last two fights, first-round knockouts against unrecognizable opposition. His overall resume, not a who's who of boxing. He made a concerted effort to trim down, add some muscle tone, but he just doesn't play that hard body look into the ring, as you will see. Tyson is not taking him seriously. That would make anyone mad, motivated, most believe to study ability. This guy, you will not see a blistering face. He's slow, lumbering, allows himself to get hit, although he has a good spin and a good heart. Francois Botha coming to the biggest stage of his career. He does have certain skills. He's fit to a point. Mike Tyson, as he heads toward the same ring he made his disgraceful exit in June of '97. The crowd revved up.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? Let's go! Hey! Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
The significance of the first round is crucial for both players. Tyson is moving his head, getting inside, landing regularly,
in the inside. They're in for a long fight, and we're in for a tough night.
So the crowd awaits as we check the tail of the tape. At 32, Tyson 2 years older than Botha. 2.5-inch height advantage for the 6'2 Botha. Tyson listed at 5'11.5, closer to 5'10. 223, Tyson's heaviest. He's chiseled, though. Botha 233, down from 238 his last fight in June. 3-inch reach advantage for Botha. The rules: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th, it's a no contest. After the end of the 4th, they go to the scorecards. This fight scheduled for 10 here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we present our main event of the evening, at this time, we'd like to ask you to rise for the singing of our national anthem. In the ring to lead us, my pleasure to introduce to you tonight's vocalist, a Tyson Records recording artist. How about a hand for Donnie?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave Peru through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Donnie. Ladies and gentlemen, from the City of Entertainment, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, we welcome you to our featured bout of the evening, a heavyweight special attraction scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing and brought to you by America Presents, matchmaker Tom Brown, Showtime Event Television, the MGM Grand, and the undefeated, undisputed king of beers, Budweiser. This Bud's for you. This bout coming your way is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Ghanem, commissioners Glenn Carano, Lorenzo Fertitta, Dr. Luther Mack, and Dr. James Nave. The executive director is Mark Retner. Our physicians at ringside, Dr. Flip Homansky, Dr. Margaret Goodman, Dr. Al Capana, and Dr. James Game. Timekeepers at the bell also keeping count of the knockdowns. We have Jane Broadfoot and James Cavan. And introducing to you our judges scoring this bout from ringside, all from Las Vegas, Nevada, Bill Graham, Dave Moretti, and Dalby Shirley. All right, fans, here we...
Face of Francois Botha. Now that it's all over finally, a much relieved Mike Tyson. But you got to give a lot of credit to Francois Botha, whose stock goes up once again in defeat, just as it did against Michael Moore.
Tommy, come on.
And our Jim Gray is standing by right now in the ring. Jim.
All right, thank you very much. Mike, congratulations on this fight. How difficult was this fight for you, and how much rust do you feel you had?
A tremendous amount of rust. But I've been training with Tommy Brooks for so damn long. I'm tired of seeing his face. And I was just calm. I told my trainer that I'm going to catch him late. Just take it easy. I'm going to catch him late. But my trainer knew because he'd been training all day. The other guys, Stacey McKinley and them, got a little excited. But I was okay. I knew what was happening.
Mike, the eye in the first round, very reminiscent of what happened to you with the Evander. It started to bleed. Were you concerned?
I'm a better fighter now than when I fought Evander.
Were you concerned about the eye, though?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because I knew in a matter of time I had 10 long rounds. I'm not a first-round knockout no more. I put them together.
Now tell us about what happened, the incident at the end of the first round.
He kept holding me, and I kept twisting him around, and his arm got caught in my arm, so I held it there. And he was holding
Thanks for not demonstrating.
No, I wouldn't do that. He was just holding me, and I was lucky enough to get a shot to knock him out. I like to give happy birthday to Custom Model. Tomorrow's his birthday. Tomorrow's Muhammad Ali's birthday. Yeah, I'm talking.
What did Ali say to you? He
Listen,
said something to you when he whispered to you yesterday. Tell us what you said. You just brought
he
up
said,
Ali.
go to bed and go to sleep. Get some rest.
All right,
I want to say hi. I like to say hi to some Brooklyn Warriors that passed away. My brother Arkbach, my brother LD, and my brother Tweety. Let's get along, brother. Allahu Akbar. I love you all. One love.
Right,
Brooklyn rule. Top of the food chain.
We'll give you all this time that you want. Now, let me just ask you one other thing about that incident. Do you feel that Botha was trying to bait you into snap?
Yeah, he was talking a lot of smack and stuff, but it's cool. He was a good fighter. But I'm working with some great trainers. I had a great training camp. It's a matter of time. Talk to my trainer. Tell him what I was telling you, man.
Tommy, how much of a different fighter, Tommy Brooks, stay with us, Mike. How much of a different fighter is he from when you went against him with Holyfield?
I was a little worried at first because he went out and just listen. He started looping his punches. When he came back to the corner, I told him, you got to throw your straight punches. We've been working for 2.5 months on working at firing at the body. He's head hunting. You know,
he was unable to put together any combinations. Does that concern you for the next fight?
Not really. He learned his lesson tonight. He knows that I'm not going to tell him anything wrong. Once we set a fight plan, you got to stay with the fight plan. We train for 10 rounds. If it happened early, just like he just did, but he has to throw straight punches. He came out, he's looping punches. Then he settled down, he started throwing straight punches. And that's where it's over with.
Mike, let me ask you, it's been 2.5 years since you won a fight. Did you ever start to doubt your abilities?
Oh, listen, everybody talks and say, like, I read these guys tell you I'm losing confidence because I'm talking loud and vulgar. I'm talking vulgar because I'm angry of what I've experienced all my years through this boxing. And I'm just angry. And everyone else has a right to be angry too, but that's just how I express myself.
Are you going to be more diplomatic in the future? Are you going to lose some of this anger?
I need respect. If you show me respect and stop writing trashy articles about me, then I'll show you respect. I'm a man. Listen, I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to waste my life because when I die, I'm going to paradise. And I'm not worried, so I'm in a hurry to die. But no one's going to disrespect me, and no one's going to write nonsense about me without me retaliating back.
What do you mean? What do you mean you're ready to die? Can you clarify that?
No. And all due respect, I'm saying regardless, they try to assassinate my character and get the judges in Indiana upset and the judges in Maryland upset. I'm a man, and I can only take so much, and I'm not going to sit back and take so much punishment. I'm a human being, and I need love just like everyone else. You can't talk about me and disrespect me. I have children, too.
All right, let's take a look at the end of the round one right here. We have Francois Botha here. Guys, tell us what went on. Go ahead, Mike. This is the end of the round.
Well, he was hitting me, and he was hitting me after done talking, and so I twist his body and I twist his arm.
Francois, give us your version of what happened here.
I just know that Mike held my left hand, and
as he puts it.
I mean, Mike knew it. I was. I just tried to bait him in, and I walked right into it. I mean, he's a great fighter, and
okay.
You, Mike.
Here's the knockout, Mike. Tell us about the knockout here.
Boom.
Bam. All you wait on, just like we've been working.
Were you just looking for the one punch?
No, well, I saw him come. I was telling my trainer, and my trainer got a little bit, not much. He probably was excited, but he wasn't showing me. And I said, it's a long fight. I'm working on him. I'm slowing him down.
He told me he was breaking him.
Mike, what'll be next? Let's bring in Shelly Finkel as well. Shelly, what will be next? The manager and confidant.
Listen,
He's my advisor. I don't know what's next. I just need some fights. I need to put on better shows, and I'm just happy that Francois gave me a chance to fight for the number 2 ranking. And I listen, I'm not looking to jump into the mix real quick. I got to go one step at a time and just go back to the gym and start working right away.
Will you continue to fight in 3 months? Will you stay busy, or will you take a layoff?
I would like, no, I listen. I got to take care of myself.
Mike, congratulations. Shelley, let's bring in you. Maybe you have an opponent or somebody in mind for April.
Looking at late April, depending how Mike is, and we're talking to several people right now, but it's not been zeroed in on.
Can we throw out some names? Vaughn Bean?
Bean, Axel Schultz, Savarese, the regulars.
What do you think you saw tonight in Mike Tyson? Are you happy with this performance? You concerned?
Yes. No, I feel the guy. I also thought Richard Steele shouldn't have taken a point off. Then I differ with Mike on that. I felt that
you would agree he did an excellent job under the adverse conditions in the end of the first round. It could have gotten away from Richard,
yes,
too.
But it was obvious what Botha was doing, and he let it continue at certain points. Then he caught control of it from the third round on, Steele. Before that, he didn't. And as the rounds were going on, Mike was starting to get his feeling. He was starting to get the jab going, and then you saw he lowered the boom.
All right, Shelley, we look forward to April, whoever it may be. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back now down to Steve Albert.
All right, thank you very much, Jim Gray. And certainly a very different picture from the last time Mike Tyson was about to leave this ring. That was an ugly scene with Tyson flailing away at security following the bizarre ear-biting incident June of '97. That was sheer bedlam. Tonight, thankfully, it ends a lot better than it began. We had a little bedlam here after the first round when things really got ugly, but calmer at the end. And Tyson produces his first win since September 7th, 1996, when he beat Bruce Seldon by first round TKO for the WBA heavyweight title. With this latest comeback fight now out of the way, the speculation is that he will next fight Axel Schultz of Germany on April the 24th. Axel off to our right, broadcasting this fight back to Germany. As Shelley Finkel mentioned, other possible opponents: Brian Nielsen, Lou Savarese, Shannon Briggs. Jim Gray is still in the ring, and he is alongside the head of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Mark Ratner, the executive director. So let's go up to Jim.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. With Mark Ratner. Mark, some very tense moments at the end of the first round. Behavior is a big issue regarding Mike Tyson. Tell us your version and what you said to Richard Steele at the end of the first round, and were you concerned that this one was going to be another out-of-control situation?
I was very concerned. I mean, it was a very scary moment to have that happen. I don't know exactly what started. I haven't seen the films of that yet. All I said to Richard, this is your fight, take control, take points away. That's all.
Were you ever concerned that this may be the end when all the police came into the ring and what we had in front of us was going to be another incident?
I was concerned.
For taking part. And the Tebow Personal TV for their help as well. Bobby Ches has a key highlight with the telestrator. Bobby.
You know, fans have heard me say over the years, people turning their weight into their punches. Mike Tyson does not just throw a right hand. He takes from the ground up. You'll see his whole shoulder, his hip, everything turn into this punch, and Botha, who's coming forward, walks right into it.
The third time.
That one very conclusive.
Oh, man, no question about it. But while Mike Tyson, of course, is pleased with the win, can he be pleased with this performance overall? A lot of ring rust there, coming off the inactivity of nearly 19 months. Steve Albert back here with the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. Can't be pleased with his overall performance.
I tell you, anytime you walk out of a ring knocking out a guy in the fifth round, yeah, you're pleased, because everything was going to wrong. There was a threat of another incident. He couldn't afford another incident in boxing. We got past that. They took a point away from him. He got past that. He's losing the fight. He got past that. He's got to have satisfaction. What he doesn't have is the blazing confidence that he had when he was knocking out people up one at a time. But everybody's been telling him, hey, you just don't come back from 18 months out and not have ring rust. You're not superhuman. So therefore, it proved to him what Brooks has been telling him, what everybody's been telling him: patience, work, time. That's what he needs. I don't think he should be unhappy. I think he should be ecstatic that he walked out of there with a 5-round clear-cut victory over a man who was giving him a heck of a fight.
I'll grant you that, but he says he's a better fighter now than he was against Evander Holyfield. How could he possibly think he would win looking the way he did tonight against a guy like Evander Holyfield?
Because he's a puncher, and punchers never lose. The thought that he is going to finish it with one punch. He did that. That's what punchers feel. One punch, I'm out of here. So that's what he did.
All right, let me turn back to our other ringside partner, Bobby Ches. What does Tyson prove tonight, and can he win back the respectability of the public?
I think he needs to continue getting better, continue in the gym, improve with Tommy Brooks, and he get that respect back by beating people that are respectable. Francois Botha had the type of style that would drive Mike Tyson or a smaller man crazy. 233 pounds, thrown at him, smothering him, overholding him, and Mike resorted to being a little dirty back. That overholding is dirty, holding behind the head, behind the arms, throwing his weight on him, pushing him up against ropes, bullying him, using his shoulders. Dirty fight, smart fight for Botha, based on his limited skills.
You think Tyson Holyfield 3 is inevitable?
I can't help but think so, because people want to know what's what. People want that trilogy because they need some closure.
That's the only fight that really matters to the fans. Let's go back up to Jim Hill.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. Well, the crowd here wanted a knockout, and that's exactly what they got. Mike Tyson knocking out Francois Botha in the 5th round. Let me turn to Emmanuel Stewart right now. This was really very rough and ugly right from the beginning.
Yes, it was, and I'll be very honest with you. You know, Tyson won the fight. It was a very unique and beautiful punch, one of the most perfect punches I've saw in boxing. But if I was Mike Tyson's trainer, promoter, advisor, whatever, I would be concerned. I've heard the comments, but being realistic, Mike was not punching in combinations. And, you know, a lot of that could be attributed to Botha because he fought a very strange style, staying away, then throwing a punch and smothering him and grabbing at the same time, which made it difficult to fight. But nevertheless, I saw Mike Tyson not punching in the combinations that I expected. The footwork was still all mixed up. So let's just hope that he goes back and works a lot harder, because I would be very concerned about the future the way he looked tonight.
In the very first round, you looked at me and you said, he's not ready for this. How long will it be before he is ready for a championship fight?
I don't know. They have to be very careful in matching him right now, because I saw a lot of things that I didn't expect to see. I didn't see any combinations at all. I saw the one punch at a time type situation, and I saw him struggling. And I don't know whether it was all just because of both the style or because of Mike himself. But they have to be very careful with Mike right now.
And he was missing quite a bit, too.
He was missing quite a bit, and Botha was fighting the perfect fight for both. And in fact, the scorecards on the people online, I think, reflected that they had both actually winning the fight.
And so you think that Mike should be relatively satisfied with what happened today?
Well, if I was Mike and I was the people around Mike, I mean, I'm being realistic. I would not be satisfied. They can say all of it's for the public, but I would definitely not be satisfied with the performance tonight. And I would be working very hard to try to do a lot better next time.
Okay, Manuel, thank you very much, and we'll be back with him a little bit later on. But we'll be back with more on the Mike Tyson and Francois Botha bout and a recap of the entire night of boxing here in Las Vegas. But first, as promised, we're going to bring an additional bout recorded earlier this evening. Coming up next, an exciting junior welterweight bout featuring two rising stars, Zab Judah versus Wilfredo Negron. Here's Steve, Ferdy, and Bobby, who had the call earlier this evening right here in Las Vegas.
We're closing in on the IBF Interim Junior Welterweight Championship. Unbeaten Zab Judah versus Wilfredo Negron. The significance of this fight is that the winner will meet IBF Junior Welterweight Champion Vince Phillips for the title. But then the winner of that fight must take on the #1 contender, Teron Millette. Wilfredo Negron has fluctuated between lightweight and junior welterweight over a 20-fight span, winning 17 with an impressive 14 knockouts. He fought for the NABF title, but at junior lightweight, the only time he dropped down to 130, it cost him. It was very difficult to make weight. He lost by 4th-round TKO to Jesus Chavez 3 fights ago. He then returned to his original weight, won a fringe title. And Ferdy, tonight, Negron is in another league. This by far his toughest test.
Well, they say Zab Judah not only looks like Pernell Whitaker, but fights like Pernell Whitaker. He's got the championship corner over there. He's got Lou Duva, all the top guys from that corner. So I think he's going to be overwhelmed.
A slick southpaw from Brooklyn, New York. The IBF #2 contender, Zab Judah, undefeated, won the USBA Junior Welterweight crown last June with a terrific 12-round boxing exhibition over Irish Mickey Ward. In his last fight, he floored Darryl Tyson, no relation to Mike, 3 times in the 11th, forcing the stoppage. Extraordinary amateur career, winning 110 of 115, including the National Golden Gloves. And Bobby, he's a young gun, tremendous combination of speed and power. As Ferdy pointed out, brought along nicely by Lou Duva and company, and already the comparisons to Sweet Pea.
Well, I know Lou Duva and company's MO very well. He did similarly with me and many other fighters en route to world titles. He's a great eye for talent, and he moves them very well. This is a terrific program for Judah.
All right, let's check the numbers as we go to the tail of the tape. Judah just 21 years old, 4 years younger than Negron. The 4-inch height advantage for Negron. The weight even at yesterday's weigh-in, and a 5.5-inch reach advantage for Negron. And the key unified rules for this interim championship fight: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th, the fight is ruled a no contest. After the end of round 4, they go to the cards. So here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas, getting ready for the IBF Interim Junior Welterweight Championship, Zab Judah versus Wilfredo Negron. Let's get the introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, this World Championship attraction coming your way is once again brought to you by America Presents, Showtime Event Television, the MGM Grand, and Budweiser, the undefeated, undisputed king of beers. This bout is sanctioned by the International Boxing Federation, the President Robert Lee Sr., Supervisor Al Lucas, in conjunction with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the Chairman, Dr. Elias Ghanem. Introducing to you our judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Miami, Florida, Rick Bays. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Dwayne Ford. And from Kent, Washington, Glenn Hamada. And the referee in charge working in this, his 111th world title bout, Joe Cortez. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Interim Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with white trim, hailing from Toa Alta, Puerto Rico. He weighed in at 139.5 pounds with a record of 17 wins, 3 losses. He has 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Wilfredo Papin Negron. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, this 12-round interim world championship bout, wearing red trunks with black trim, fighting out of and representing his hometown of Brooklyn, New York. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 139.5 pounds. He is undefeated in his professional career with 18 wins, no losses, 1 no contest, and 13 wins coming by way of knockout. He currently holds the USBA title and is ranked the IBF #2 junior welterweight contender. Introducing the undefeated Zab Super Judah. Once again, a referee in charge, Joe Cortez, now to give instructions.
All right, gentlemen, I'll give you both the rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Quiero una pelea limpia. The trunks are a little high here. Está un poquito alto. So aquí está. Here is still good. Okay, give me a clean fight. Shake hands, touch him up.
Well, unbeaten Zab Judah, 7 of his 13 KOs have come in the first round. The most recent, probably his finest hour, almost exactly a year ago, flooring Steve Valdez 4 times in the opening round. His opponent, Wilfredo Negron, half of his 14 knockouts in the first round, including his last fight, 10 of his 14 KOs in 3 rounds or less. For Judah, 11 of his 13 knockouts in 3 rounds or less. So we're set to go. Scheduled for 12 the IBF Interim Junior Welterweight Championship. Both wearing red trunks, but Judah with the black trim. And Negron with the white.
Judah came out to touch gloves, and Negron went right after him, throwing a straight right hand down the middle. Didn't land real clean, but he's aiming to fight.
Negron wasting no time. These boxing organizations throw out these interim titles these days. It seems at random. To me, it is totally bogus. Why manufacture some imaginary title? Basically, the winner of this fight will meet the champion, then the #1 mandatory contender. End of story. But it's a good chance to get a good look at Zab Judah as he showcases himself on the biggest stage of his career.
Judah throwing some hard punches to begin with. I mean, look at the difference in body physique. Wilfredo being that kind of tall fighter that we see sometimes coming out of Puerto Rico, as in the case of Trinidad. And Zab being a sort of miniature, almost the same as Sweet Pea. Good hard hooks, missed, but it's a good hard hook.
Judah southpaw landing with the right hand and missing with a wild left.
Judah means to make a statement right now. He's coming in. He's very, very careful moving in, but he's constantly being the aggressor, stepping to the punches. And I'll tell you what, he looks sharp right now. He's loading up a little bit. He might be a little anxious here on Showtime.
Yeah, he's a little anxious with that hook, but you can see he's got the right idea. It's coming in closer and closer as he goes.
Extremely confident, feels he can compete with any style. The southpaw Zab Judah says he'll use his superior speed and power to win. Negron told us he's fought 2 southpaws, both victories. Knows, of course, he's in for a tough one. That Judah is always moving. He's hard to catch, and we're having pretty good evidence of that here in the opening minutes.
No, it's interesting. Negron said he's hard to hit with 2 punches clean. He's hard to catch up with at all. He said, but I know how to do it. And when we asked him what, he said, it's a big surprise.
Well, it's a surprise he hadn't done it so far because he hasn't caught him real clean yet.
I think maybe the surprise was the opening bell when they went to touch gloves and he fired the right hand.
And that end of surprise. Now, I tell you what I like to see, Bobby. When a guy is so good and that he senses the punches, doesn't have to block them with his gloves, but just moves slightly with his head side to side. He's been doing that all this round. See, look, he just moves over to the side.
That's how the sharper fighters conserve energy and maximize their effectiveness stepping to you.
It's incredible how he just feels them. He senses those punches coming. He just ducks around them. Keep your eye on him when Negron is on the attack.
And Judah has a few skills. He has patterned his style after his idol, Pernell Whitaker, as mentioned. First saw him on television and just fell in love with his style.
Ooh, he got it that time.
Beautiful combination to the head, though, by Judah.
Showing the ability to take a decent pop, came back with a nice combination, right uppercut and overhand left. It was nice.
As we head for the bell in the opening round.
Good. Huh? Just relax. Just relax. Okay. No, listen. We got it. I got it. Listen. Hold it. Come here. Hold this. The jab is good, baby. Your jab is good, but look, you keep walking up with the jab. Step. Make this guy go the way you want him to go. Okay? The hook is there, right? But look, I don't want you to lead off with the hook at the top. I want you to go to body here, then bring the hook over to the and then the overhand left is right there. But look, you're too far away from the guy. You got to be closer with the jab. You can't hit it with no left hand until you get close with the jab.
Judah gets caught coming in with a right. There it goes. A nice right hand. Didn't do any damage at all, but he got caught flush. And then he comes right back. Now.
Él camina para atrás.
He says he's going back. He's going back. And he answered, and Negron answered, give me my mouthpiece. That's a more pragmatic approach to boxing.
Always good to have as we begin round 2. Zab Judah has never been on the canvas. In fact, he told me he's never lost a round. He's 18-0 with 13 knockouts.
He didn't lose that one. He won that round.
Negron 17-3 with 14 KOs. The biggest fight until tonight for him was a defeat.
Negron is really
junior lightweight title.
Negron is really trying to zero in with that right hand. He's getting the timing a little better, but Judah is so fast and he's slick. He's slippery. He moves side to side. He hits you from every angle, and he's a southpaw. Very difficult to time a fighter like that.
I don't think the southpaw style is bothering Negron too much. He's fought a couple of southpaws, but that right hand is, boy, he's trying to get that in so hard. Yeah, and he's missing with it, but let's see how this continues.
Negron, a former sparring partner for 3-time world champion Wilfredo Vasquez in Puerto Rico.
That couldn't be fun. Vasquez can punch.
And so can Zab Judah, who's waiting for the opportunity, very patient here. Missed with that left hook.
Negron's being a little more effective now with his punches. A few of them he's throwing the right hand straight to the body so that if Judah does move out of the way, the body won't move as quickly as the head.
Judah with terrific hand speed. He's got a strong left hand. Good right uppercut, which rocked Tyson his last fight. And a lightning quick jab.
And he's chasing Negron. Negron, instead of trying to come forward, has been going back pretty fast. I mean, he's accelerating. As these punches hurt him, he starts going back faster.
Judah continues to be a little on the over-anxious side, missing by a lot with those left uppercuts. But looking to set up the straight left with the nice jab.
So while Negron consistently is in a retreating posture, he can't set on his punches, and that right hand is not going to be effective even if he lands it while he's going backwards.
And Bobby, he just got a thumping body shot right in the middle of the stomach. Good right hand, right to the center of the stomach. That's got to hurt.
We approach 40 seconds remaining in round 2, scheduled for 12. Called the IBF Interim Junior Welterweight Championship, 140 pounds. Joe Cortez, the third man in the ring. Negron just missing with that straight right.
He's throwing that straight right with some bad intentions too. He's really trying to time Judah coming in, but he can't get the timing down just yet.
I think what you pointed out was the key. He's going back so fast that the right hand isn't going to be effective, even if he lands it.
Right, he's got to stop playing himself in fire, and that's also going to make it slower, and Judah's reflexes are excellent.
And then Judah's reflexes will neutralize it when he stops. That's why he can't. Right now, he doesn't have the answer for Judah. Right now, he has no answer.
Time!
Para tú empezar con el ataque de derecha, no empiece con derecha, empieza con ya moviéndose para el lado de allá siempre. Agua. Para que lo descontrole. Entonces cuando vayas a tirar la derecha tienes que dar un paso acá y tirarla al pecho aquí. Con todo.
Tutu Zavala is saying you got to start with the left hand and then move over. Once you move over, then get down on your right hand and throw your right hand. Almost what Bobby was saying. You got to get down on the right hand.
Okay, con esta mano, pero moviéndote para allá. Y después cuando vaya a tirar esta, un paso para acá y la mete. Fuerte.
He wants him to jab. He keeps repeating jab and slide over. Then come back with your right hand. As Tutu Zavala Jr., the famous son of the famous trainer Tutu Zavala, who for many years had Cuban and Puerto Rican champions.
The bell for round 3. Zab Judah, who has been getting stronger with each fight, building the arms, the upper body. Doesn't seem to be affecting his punch. Is still very snappy, as you can see here.
I think Judah's just complaining of a low blow or something.
Yeah, he looked over at referee Joe Cortez, not happy.
They've been stepping on each other's toes all through this thing, but not enough to knock each other, off balance. But look at that! Look at that! He had his foot right on it, on top of it.
Often the case, of course, with southpaws. If you're a righty, you look to keep your left foot outside the southpaw's right foot and generally move to your left. Although some fighters are more effective going to their right.
Oh,
straight right hand, beautifully done by Negron.
See that counter starting? He's starting to get the timing down a little bit. He threw a nice left hook earlier to Judah's body and a right hand, and now both complaining of low blows.
This one right to the Adam's apple of Judah. Well, Judah in there with a pretty skillful opponent, but there's a left hook that made contact by Judah to the head of Negron.
It's a beautiful counter. He rock and rolled on it.
Now he's digging to the body, Judah. And these punches are with bad intentions.
Negron saying those don't hurt in Spanish, and of course the other guy doesn't understand, so he's wasting his verbiage.
Watch the headbutts to Negron, says Joe Cortez, and that's another problem you have when you have the awkward southpaw coming in on you.
Steve, what's the significance of the Star of David on his trunks? Is it just a decoration, or is it?
No, he is of the Jewish faith. Zab Judah from Brownsville, Brooklyn.
No aguante, come on, get him out, let's go.
His father, Yoel Judah, also in the corner with Lou Duba and Ronnie Shields. Former fighter. Wild swing and a miss off the right hook by Zab Judah.
Put a little extra on that one, didn't he, Steve?
Oof.
Ronnie Shields is a very good fighter. He's doing very well as a trainer. He's a credit and a good man to have in a corner. Good man.
Judah continues to miss with that right. Wilfredo Negron with a duck under move just in the nick of time.
Nice right hand thrown by Negron again. He's just loading up with a little too much. I think he's telegraphing it now. He's never going to hit Judah with that.
Judah with his hands down. A little Pernell Whitaker playing around. I hope he forgets that. That's the only point of Pernell that can never.
Look out!
Now that's a Pernell Whitaker move. And now look, he hit his head on the canvas. See, that's from fooling around. I hope he learned his lesson.
Well, he went low. I mean, that was lower than low.
Yeah, but you see, his head hit the canvas and scraped it.
Full time.
Joe Cortez calling time, and Zab Judah looking to recover from this head injury.
Put some ice on it and let him keep going right now.
Dr. Flip Pomansky, the house physician.
Give him a few minutes. Give him a minute. They should put some ice on.
Zab says, I'm okay, let's go.
You know, as you looked at it, didn't look like he landed that hard on his head, but nonetheless, I didn't think the front of his head would be the problem. I thought maybe his neck would be the problem, getting bent like that.
No, but you know how rough the canvas is, and that scrapes you. It's like landing on sandpaper. Doesn't feel good.
Two wild low blows by Judah.
Nose too, no? Yeah, your nose bleeding.
Okay, give me some
Listen,
space in the mat.
No, let me tell you
No
something.
problem.
Listen. See if it can-
These guys you see here, okay, you got an orthodox fighter. He's got his left hand and his left leg forward. Also, this and this, conversely, right side. Watch the 2 feet as these fighters start to move around together. They will step on each other. There's almost no way to avoid it sometimes. There you saw Negron step on Judah's foot. They're tripping over each other. It's very, very difficult when two boxers lead that far with their feet.
All right, now let's look at the other side. The other end, there's a lot of head banging going on. Now that is a pure Pernell Whitaker trick, and then the other guy fell on him and drove his forehead into the canvas, right where it says Budweiser there. Unusual occurrence, but it's so rough, the canvas, that it scrapes you. It feels bad.
Well, now Judah all smiles, but you see the cut on the forehead. Round 4. Zab Judah now with the blood coming from the area
another low
on
blow.
the forehead. Scraped it. I don't think it was so much a hard hit, but as you put it, he scraped it along the canvas.
It's a scrape. You know, the canvas is becoming a factor. Last time we had a fight, we had to have the Larkin maneuver where he put cola on the thing where people wouldn't slide. Very, very bright move, by the way.
That was a bad combination of water hitting the canvas. It made the advertisement logo very slippery. That was in Atlantic City.
Oh,
beautiful right uppercut by Zab Judah. And Negron just holding on.
He countered Negron perfectly, and then one of his gloves touched the floor. It's going to be a mandatory 8 count.
That's an official knockdown. Yeah, his glove scraped the floor off that vicious uppercut. And back comes Negron.
No, slip.
Well, I'll tell you, he tried to get right back in the action.
I'll tell you one thing, Bobby. Any other referee could have counted it.
Judah's looking to end it right here in round number 4. And Negron ushers him in, says, come on. Sense of urgency, perhaps, because of the blood on the head. There's another uppercut. Look at this assault. A barrage by Judah.
Beautiful right uppercut. Couple that with some right hooks and left hands. Pretty combinations.
Second knockdown of the round. There's no 3 knockdown rule. And back comes Negron for more punishment. Combination by Judah. Judah pouring it on. Oh, what a right hook followed by a left, and that's going to do it. Negron doesn't know where he is.
Just too much, too quick, Steve. He couldn't find those punches. He couldn't block them. He couldn't see them.
All over. And chalk up another W for Zab Judah.
Well, he is certainly impressive on the attack. I mean, that guy's got sharp punches, and he's got dynamite. He is another sweet pea. He's back.
Perhaps the worst thing that could have happened to Negron was that cut on the head of Zab Judah. He sensed the urgency, and he came out like a shark in round 4.
Well, he's got an uppercut that's paralyzing. I think that's what got him in trouble. The uppercut was so hard, it just shook Negron, and he never was able to recover. That is a tough knockdown and a tough knockout.
When you fight.
And that's his 14th knockout in 19 fights. He has yet to lose, and Negron recovering on the chair in the other corner. Well, he just got pummeled, going down 3 times in that 4th round.
Always the right uppercut, a counter right uppercut that started, Steve, and Negron would walk right into it. Beautiful counter punches, terrific speed, excellent timing.
It's our bell, baby. Vince Phillips, get ready, baby. Make the waiter get out.
Here's the first knockdown, and this is the one that was so impressive. That was the uppercut right there. He folded right there. There was just no sense. He couldn't stay up, and everything was short-circuit, but it was a perfect right hand. Perfect right hand uppercut. He couldn't survive this. He might as well have quit right here because there was a Bobby, take 2.
In super slow motion, you watch Judah, he's on the attack. He's looking to throw that right uppercut, and he lands again. Perfect timing, same punch. Comes over the top of the left, another right. He misses, but he winds up catching him. And Negron just can't see the punches, can't get out of the way. He hits the canvas.
And he stayed there till 9. By the time he got up, It didn't make any difference. Seconds later, he gets up and he gets hit by another uppercut coming, and then it's just a blizzard of punches. He followed him to the ropes. That left hand right there set him up for a right cross. That finished him. That finished him right there. He could have just gone down, and he did. End of the fight.
Exquisite combination of quickness and power by Zab Judah. Let's get the official time from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
For y'all, baby. I promise.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 44 seconds in round number 4. Our referee in charge, Joe Cortez, stops the contest. He's the winner by way of technical knockout. And now the IBF interim junior welterweight champion of the world and still undefeated, Zab Super Judah.
So Zab Judah of Brooklyn, one step closer to a world title shot. With this win tonight, he now gets a chance at IBF junior welterweight champion Vince Phillips. Judah improves to 19-0 with 14 knockouts, the biggest win of his career.
All right, so Zab Judah, who has been compared to Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, finally came back to life after he got his forehead cut and went on for the victory. So once again, I'm joined by Emmanuel Stewart. And Manny, I want to talk to you first about your overall impressions of the fights that we saw here this evening.
Overall, I thought it was a good night for boxing. And out of the entire show, it was one superstar I thought I saw. It was Zab Judah. I was very impressed with him. He seems to have all of the makings of being a great fighter.
That was my next question, because boxing does need some superstars of the future. Any others besides Zab?
No, outside of Zab, I didn't see anyone that said was that special tonight.
Okay, so it was an exciting evening for everyone here, and everyone saw and got what they wanted out tonight.
Yes, in particular the punch that Mike Tyson landed. It was one of the most unique punches I've saw in a long time.
You called it a classic, and that's exactly what it was. So right now, let us review the results of our boxing quadruple header, beginning with the bout you just saw on videotape, Judah versus Negron. And it was an exciting fight, as you saw it right here. It was for the interim IBF Junior Welterweight Championship, and this is the second of 3 knockdowns, of course, with Negron taking and going to the canvas.
Zab just had too much of everything for Negron, and I think in the future, okay.
And Zab Judah came out and was the champion. Okay, now Goya Vargas against Ben Taki for the WBC Continental America's Lightweight Championship.
And that was a very interesting fight. The main thing, the difference in this fight was the fact that Vargas just outworked him.
And Vargas is the new champion. All right, the action really picked up. Roberto Garcia against John Molina, IBF Junior Lightweight Championship.
Great, exciting fight. Could have went either way. A lot of controversy, but I thought the fact that the younger fighter, Garcia, was just too much of a puncher. That was the difference.
And he was the winner. And in the main event, Mike Tyson against Francois Botha. First round action now, and holding, and it got ugly right from the beginning.
Oh, it got ugly, and I'm glad that the commissioner got in and rectified, because it could have gotten out of control very easily, because a lot of emotions was pent up in this fight.
And there was a lot of tension as well. Okay, now in the second round, Mike has a point taken away from him by Richard Steele.
Well, I think it was directly from the orders of the commission, because I think he had to do something to get their attention, because otherwise it was going to end up being a disqualification or either a riot.
And then in the fifth, and this guy was out. When your head goes down to the canvas like that, you know you are gone.
Great knockout. And I think that Mike Tyson needed that, in particular in view of the fact that we found out that he was behind on all of the judges' scorecards.
So the fans wanted a knockout, and that's exactly what they got, a classic from Mike Tyson. So once again, it was Zab Judah taking care of Wilfredo Negron. Goya Vargas beating Ben Taki, and Roberto Garcia taking care of John Molina for the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship. And in our main event, Mike Tyson beats Francois Botha by knockout at 2:59 of the 5th round. Okay, as we continue here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, let's talk a little bit more with Emmanuel Stewart. And Emmanuel, let's talk first of all about the main event, Francois Botha. What's in store for him next?
Well, Botha has been inactive. He's never been a household name in America, so I don't know what the future is going to hold for him, because he was an interesting fight he fought, but really wasn't a great fight. And I think a lot of the disappointment in Tyson's performance was probably attributed to the manner in which Botha fought also. Mike Tyson, I think Mike still needs a lot of work, but it still is the fact that he scored a one-punch knockout, something he hasn't done in a long time, shows that he still can punch, and that's always exciting for heavyweight.
And that's going to be there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be hungry for that and wanting to come back and fight for the championship sooner than maybe he is ready to.
Well, that's a very delicate thing right there, and I think the fact that Mike scored a knockout tonight, they shouldn't get too excited and rush him too soon. It takes time, because he hasn't had too many competitive fights probably for the last 5 or 6 years. In reality, if you look at it, outside of the fights with Evander Holyfield.
We know that Mike is very excited, but do you think this could be, well, a false sense of security for himself, and he may want to push himself too fast?
I think Mike, realistically, once the camera's off and he sits down and looks at the films of this fight, he's going to realize that he has a lot of work to do.
Well, it's been a pleasure working with you this evening, Emmanuel. Thank you so very much, and good luck to you and Lennox Lewis as you take on Evander Holyfield to really unify the heavyweight division.
It's going to be an exciting fight. Right now, I've got to leave, go back to the snow, back to Lennox Lewis. But anytime you fight Evander, you know it's going to be an exciting fight because Evander comes to fight. So we're looking for a real exciting fight.
And with that, we got to get out of here so he can get on his way. And so on behalf of the entire broadcast crew, this is Jim Hill saying goodbye and good night from Las Vegas. This has been a presentation of Showtime Event Television.
This has been an America Presents promotion in association with the MGM Grand, the City of Entertainment. Brought to you by Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers. This Bud's for you. Pay-per-view distributed by Showtime Event Television.